Needless Things Podcast. Hey, Phantomaniacs, welcome to the newest episode of the Needless Things Podcast, where we talk about toys, movies, music, and all manner of pop culture dorkery. I'm your host, Dave, and I hope that you've been checking out the Needless Things YouTube channel. Please like, subscribe, share, smash that like button. The reviews this week, I try and put up 2 every single week, unless there is something else going on, like a new episode of Audible Interlude, a G.I. Joe podcast. This week, on Monday, I put up my review of NECA's new Ultimate Doc Brown, the 2015 version. You can check that out. And then on Wednesday, I did a retro review of a 1990, I think it's 3. Now I can't remember if it was 2 or 3. I think it's 1993 Battle Corps G.I. Joe Leatherneck. I should have said G.I. Joe Battle Corps Leatherneck. But I'm so unfamiliar with the entire concept of Battle Corps because I was way out of G.I. Joe by 92 or 3. But we went to this incredible toy store called Second Chance Toys and Collectibles over in Marietta. And they had mint-on-card G.I. Joes. So I bought the cheapest one that looked the most interesting to me because I wanted to do an unboxing of a vintage G.I. Joe figure. And I'm not going to spend like $800 on one, but I'll spend, $30. So I did, and I unboxed it, and it was fun, and I think it's a really good video, and I did some sort of extra funny stuff with it, too. So please head over to the Needless Things YouTube channel. Check out our content over there. Subscribe to Audible Interlude, a G.I. Joe podcast, which you can now find in its own feed, I believe, in all the same places you could previously find it and the Needless Things podcast. And if you discover that it is not available somewhere, please do let me know through the Needless Things Facebook group or hit me up on Twitter, Needless Things _ or Phantom Troublemaker on Twitter. Let me know some way. Send me a carrier pigeon with a note. If you have to. So anyway, that's what's going on there. And now we've got, before we get to, let me just tell you guys, we're in Needless Summer. Now, I didn't brand last week's episode Hot Summer Jams, the Needless Things Summer Playlist. I didn't brand it as Needless Summer because, quite frankly, things have been so crazy for the past year that I sort of forgot Needless Summer even was a thing. So I'm just going to forgo that this year. You can look at the episodes and see that they're part of Needless Summer. Because this week, it's almost like it's a spin-off of last week. Because if you remember, one of the tracks, one of the hot jams was Jamaica Ska by Annette, Funicello, and Fishbone from the movie Back to the Beach. Well, this week, you're in luck because our Needless commentary is Back to the Beach. I had to see, after watching that video as many times as I did, which is a terrible quality video on YouTube. And unfortunately, the movie is not much better because it's not even available in HD. Nobody has done an upgrade or a nice release of this cult classic. No Creek, Shout Factory, any Arrow. Where are you guys on this movie? It's got Pee Wee Herman and Fishbone in it. Come on, that's right up your alley. That's your thing. But anyway, we sat down. We watched Back to the Beach. Some of us enjoyed it. Some of us did not. And you will get to hear all about that. But first, it is time for some news. Okay, so really quick, I just want to mention that movie theaters are, well, I guess they've been open, but for my personal life experience, movie theaters I'm considering them to be an option again. Black Widow is coming up. The Sparks Brothers is out. I think by the time this episode releases, it's getting a limited release, and I'm hoping to go see that in a theater. G.I. Joe Origins, Snake Eyes, whatever the heck it's called, Snake Eyes G.I. Joe Origins. I don't even know. I'm excited for it. And we'll be doing hopefully, if the timing works out, we'll be doing a special review episode of that for Audible Interlude. But I just wanted to throw that out there as the first bit of news, is that I'm at the point where I would feel comfortable now going back to a theater to see a movie, especially a matinee, because that's typically what I would do, is at somewhere 5-10 minutes away in the middle of the day, because I get a lot of weekdays off, and there's, like, at the peak, there were like 5 other people in the theater anyway, so that was a good way to do it, and I think that's how I'm going to be doing some of these. But anyway, movie theaters still around, still a thing, and I'm excited. I don't know which movie I'm going to see first, but I'm excited to get back to the theater. Okay, now because we talk about toys, movies, music, and all manner of pop culture dorkery, we've got some toy news. A number of things have been announced recently. One of them, Amazon exclusive Star Wars The Vintage Collection, the Bad Batch figure 4-pack. Now, this is really weird because, like, the Bad Batch is very prominent in the title, and none of the Bad Batch are in this 4-pack or, in fact, in the Vintage Collection at all. This is a weird set to me. I want it. I like it. It's got Captain Rex with this really cool, like, hooded poncho deal, and it comes off so he can just look like a regular Captain Rex. He's got a removable helmet. He's got his great portrait underneath. And then Captain Gray, Captain Ballast, and an Elite Squad Trooper, which they've already released a Black Series Elite Squad Trooper as part of the ridiculously difficult to find Bad Batch. I don't think it was Walmart exclusive, but I haven't seen it. I saw them at Walmart, and that's it. I have not seen them anywhere else, so I don't know. I don't keep up with. I know I keep saying this. I don't collect Black Series, but I really don't. I really don't keep up with everything that's coming out. But Vintage Collection, I'm on top of. I ordered this set from Amazon. What's annoying about it is right there on the site it lists approximate retail price, $59.99, or MSRP, if you will, manufacturer's suggested retail price. And then you go to Amazon and it's $62.99. Everything, you guys, I hate to bring you this news as part of the news segment. Prices are going up. Marvel Legends are starting to level out. Well, Legends and Black Series at $22.99. G.I. Joe Classified Series, $22.99. I would expect to start seeing that price point on those regular releases. And it seems insane, but that's where we're at. If you look at the price on this, $59.99 for 4 Vintage Collection figures, that works out to $15 a piece, except Amazon is upcharging it, their own exclusive, by, what are they, Walmart? By $3. So that's, on top of that. I don't know. It's rough. But speaking of expensive things, another item that was announced this week, Mezco finally announced their 112 Collective Fantastic Four figures. They've been teasing these for a very long time, almost as long as the Michael Keaton Batman is supposed to have been coming out. It's a 4-pack, comes in a steel box, much like the Ghostbusters set or some of their other special releases that have come out. Well, like the cylinder that the movie Superman came in, which, by the way, you can find a review of that on the Needless Things YouTube channel. And the Ghostbusters set, we did a Needless minicast. This is before I was doing video, unfortunately. But it was me and Phantom Jr. did that one together, so it was a lot of fun to do, so you should go check that out. But anyway, it is classic versions of the Fantastic Four. I think is this... I guess it's not classic, because they're in blue and black. And classic would have been black and white or blue and white. There's debate on that. Mr. Bobby Nash, if you're listening, please feel free to correct me wherever on social media. But they're classical looking, but I suppose they're not technically classic Fantastic Four, but they look absolutely incredible. It might be some of Mezco's finest work. Tons of accessories. They've got this really amazing looking... Mr. Fantastic's torso switches out from a regular 112 torso to one, and it looks like he's got, if you're familiar with the AEW figures from Jazzwares, they just kind of pop apart at the waist. it looks like Mr. Fantastic functions similarly. And his extended torso and arms have articulation, and it made a point of saying durable. So he's extended and posable and looks absolutely amazing. He's got 3 different portraits. They all have multiple portraits, multiple accessories. Johnny Storm has an alternate head that's this flame-on head. He's got a light-up base. They come with Herbie and all kinds of science stuff. It's incredible. And it's $420. I'm not saying it's not worth it. It probably is, but the Fantastic Four are not one of my big I love them properties, so I'm going to stick with whatever Marvel Legends come out and let the real fanatical Fantastic Four fans, whatever. I'm going to leave that for them because that is pricey. I mean, it looks incredible. It's got my endorsement. I think it's great. I'd love to have it, but I just got to say no sometimes. Also revealed from loyal subjects, and I've got kind of a love-hate relationship with them. Again, you can see my reviews of Buffy, Angel, Lightning from Big Trouble in Little China. Overall, this line is not impressing me, but they keep snagging licenses that I love, and I'm trying to basically force myself to like the format of these figures, and they just announced, and I believe these will probably be offered as part of Walmart's collector convention in July. They showed Ninja Turtles, animated, old school, original cartoon style Ninja Turtles. That, for this style, they look good. They come with multiple heads, lots of accessories, lots of hands. They look like the cartoon Ninja Turtles. Okay, they look like cheap versions of the cartoon Ninja Turtles, but they look like they look. And an animated Beetlejuice with an sculpt-wise, an incredible portrait. His mouth is really weird in that they did not paint the inside black, so it just looks odd to me, and it looks like his teeth might not even be painted. I don't know. His suit looks great. He's the right colors. He comes with a top hat and a bunch of extra hands and some other accessories. I'll get him. I know I won't be able to resist when I see him out in the wild because I'd love to have a cartoon Beetlejuice. But I wish somebody else was making it, and I guess that's where we're at with these. It's the BST AXN Best Action, which, by the way, you guys really calling these the best action figures? Let's calm down. I wish somebody else was doing it. Is what I'm saying. And I would even like this style. I don't need it to be a NECA big fancy pants figure, but these the quality for $16 to me is not there. All right, and then finally, oh wait, where'd my notes go? There are my notes. NECA, without really making an announcement, just changed their profile picture on Twitter to their forthcoming Universal Monsters Wolfman figure. It's just one shot, but it looks incredible. His hair looks perfect, or his hair is perfect. Whatever. It's not the right Wolfman anyway to go with that song. But it looks great, and I picked up the Frankenstein. I'll be reviewing him on the Needless Things YouTube channel very soon, probably next week, depending. It's a big pickup week for me. But I really want to get that Frankenstein open because I was determined that I've got the excellent Sideshow Universal Monsters figures. I do not need new ones. I do not need NECA upgrades. I just don't need to spend the money. I don't have the shelf space. And then I saw that beautiful Frankenstein standing there in the aisle at Walmart, and he was saying, Dave, look at my paint. Look at my paint job, and oh, look at my articulation. My elbows bend deeply, Dave. And the accessories, I come with daisies. So, once he threw the daisies into the mix, I couldn't resist. So I had to grab that Frankenstein. What are you going to do? Once you see the thing in person, you're going to understand. You're going to get it. You're going to be like, oh, I see. But here's the thing. Now, I feel like the sideshow ones are like a completely different era and style of toy. It's not like I want to replace those with these. I want to add these because the sideshow ones are still great. They're just different. So I don't know what I'm doing here. You know what? I need a new house. That's what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to get a new house. Or maybe build an add-on in the backyard. It's going to have air conditioning, though. Air conditioning went out the other day. It was not great. All right, you guys. I do believe that is all of our news for this week. I hope you guys are ready to enjoy some campy fun. I don't feel that you need to have necessarily watched any of the 60s beach movies that Frankie Avalon and Annette Funicello starred in to enjoy this movie. I hadn't really seen them when I was a kid and saw this and loved it. Ryan hadn't really seen any of those and enjoyed it and had a good time. I think at this point in our culture, in the pop culture lexicon or whatever, the beach movie trope is enough that you're going to be aware of sort of what's being made fun of, what's tongue-in-cheek, it's fun. I had fun with it. I was honestly shocked to my core that there were it got a mixed reception from the commentary team. I didn't think it was going to be like movie of the year, but I really did think everybody would get a kick out of it. And it didn't go down that way, but that's okay, because now you guys get to hear dissenting opinions, which is always more entertaining than universal praise. So grab yourself a Mai Tai and your Ed Kooky Burns CD. Well, don't listen to a CD while you're listening to this, I guess. And this is available basically on Amazon in standard definition, and that's it. Very disappointing. But get your Mai Tai, put on your flip-flops, lay back, and enjoy our commentary for Back to the Beach. All right, I know you guys want to draw this out as long as possible. Really savor this film.
I'm fucking ready to go. I'm kind of drunk.
I'm definitely ready to go.
I'm on my third bitch seltzer.
So here's
So it's a wild night for me.
well, if you need to crash here, that's fine.
No.
We'll send an Uber to go pick up Moxie.
My roommate's letting her out at 11. It's fine.
So, I won't say I tricked you guys.
You tricked us. You did.
But we had discussed, because it's Needless Summers in full effect, and we had discussed a couple of movies. Well, first of all, welcome back to the Phantom Zone.
Yeah.
Granted, we did our greatest animated series of all time.
Well, I don't remember that.
Yeah, but I got nothing.
But we haven't done a needless commentary here in over 15 months.
Has it really been that long? I guess so.
Yeah.
It's been a minute.
Right.
So we're back. We're back live. And
fully vaxxed. Ready to party.
Don't hassle me, I'm vaccinated. Best shirt I've seen so far.
Yeah.
Our pal Dana Swanson had that one on.
I'm
What
not
about
an
Bob?
asshole, I'm vaccinated.
What about Bob reference? So we had discussed a couple of movies that we were going to watch for Needless Summer, and I'll go ahead and throw them out there so everybody can get excited. Next month, we're going to be watching. What are we going to be watching in July, Ryan Cadaver?
Is it Escape from LA?
Malibu Express.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah.
Every month Ryan wants to watch Escape from
But
LA.
then in August, we're going to wrap up our Needless Summer with Escape from LA.
Escape from New York.
God damn it, Ryan Cadaver.
So we talked about two of the movies we're going to be watching this summer, but this one I've been
Harry Loves Sally.
kind of playing close to the vest. And I realized today, I was like, I have not told these guys what we're watching tonight.
I thought we were watching Malibu Express.
I thought we were watching Escape from LA, and I was really excited.
So,
I have been let down.
when you got here, it turned out that what we're watching is a childhood favorite of mine, starring
What the fuck is wrong with
none
you?
other than legendary band Fishbone, none other than legendary actor Paul Rubens as Pee Wee Herman.
It is not starring any of those people.
No.
Those people have
It's on the poster.
cameos.
Those people have...
They're in the trailer. They're on the poster. Ladies and gentlemen, we are watching from 1987, actually starring Annette Funicello, Frankie Avalon, and Lori Loughlin, Back to the Beach, a movie parodying the 60s beach movies that my parents grew up on. I remember watching this when I was a kid. I thought it was hilarious, and the fact, again, that Pee Wee Herman and Fishbone are in it were incredible to me. So I wanted to watch this, and this is almost kind of a spin-off of last week's episode because I chose Jamaica Ska for the Needless Things Hot Summer Jams playlist. So,
God damn it! I missed that. I should have known.
God damn it.
so anyway, if you are listening at home, you can rent this on Amazon Prime.
I blame
Don't.
Beth for not warning me. Thank you, Beth.
You can rent it on Amazon Prime. It has not been picked up by Shout Factory or Mill Creek or anybody
Gee, I wonder why.
for a
Shocking.
remastered version. And as you might be able to hear, two of us hated this movie. Two of us enjoyed this movie to some extent.
Yeah.
There were parts of it
I
that
don't
were
know how I
awful.
feel. I'm very confused.
But if you're watching along at home, now is the time to press the play button in 3, 2, 1, and here we go for our Needless Summer Back to the Beach Needless commentary. This is the 75th anniversary of Paramount in 1987. Did you guys know that?
I did not.
I didn't either.
I was unaware.
Yeah, we totally missed that on our first run through. We're gonna get some volume.
Copyright strikes.
Yeah.
Copyright strikes.
A little airplane noise and the sweet ass switchblade comb.
Yeah.
From Bobby,
He's got a
who only
couple.
has braces on his top teeth.
So who was Bobby again?
Bobby is, I looked him up on IMDb. He is the I Want My $2 kid from Better Off Dead. Which, Better Off Dead is a way better movie than this.
Well, I'm not gonna dispute that. Nobody would dispute that.
Clearly.
It's a different sport.
So he's got
It is-
some
you're
other
right, you're
credits,
right.
but he's pretty much, just done I Want My $2 and this thing.
So now we're looking at some footage
He's awful.
from one of the aforementioned 60s beach movies. And what I didn't remember about this is that Annette and Frankie are playing Annette and Frankie. I didn't remember, I guess in my head...
You thought they were just people named Annette and Frankie.
Well, no. I didn't even think they were Annette and Frankie. I thought they were basically this is what...
Caricatures of.
Well, no. Stop trying to finish my sentence. You're wrong.
Finish my sandwiches?
So if
Can I finish? Can I finish?
wish we had some sandwiches. No, I was thinking that this movie was about the characters from those movies, and not literally the people who played that.
But it kind of was. It's kind of like a hybrid of the two.
But the
because
fact
it's
that
definitely them, playing the characters that they... Because he was
right.
I was the big...
Well, this is pretending that
Those
they
movies
were
real.
Well, right.
Yeah. I
Right.
think
Almost
that's what
like
it
those
is.
beach movies were documentaries.
Yeah, because they talk about her being a musketeer.
Right.
But then they also talk about him being the big kahuna,
He is the actual
really
legit
was.
big kahuna
Yeah.
and not just an
that
actor.
wasn't just a movie.
So maybe that's the approach they're taking, is that all those beach movies were just documentaries about how kids lived in the 60s.
And I think that's how I feel about this movie. It's so fucking weird.
The tone,
It doesn't know what the fuck it wants to be.
even knowing that I enjoyed this movie, it took me a good 20 minutes, half hour to get a grasp on the tone of it.
I don't
because
think they have a grasp
Yeah,
on
no.
it.
Well, no, they
It
don't.
changes
They don't.
a lot. Although this house is fucking fabulous. I want to live in it, right? And I want her dress.
Well, and it seems to me that because it's a little...
Skippy.
She's just eating Skippy by
Well,
the
and we've got to point out that Annette Funicello was the spokesperson for Skippy Peanut Butter, and that's a joke
That
in
is
this
canon.
that's kind of lost in this day and age, because nobody even remembers Skippy Peanut Butter, let alone that she was the spokesperson. But,
Yeah, I will mention that Ryan does not get a lot of the references in this movie that we got.
he does not know who
who's that
Wally and the
bartender?
Beef are.
Why is he wearing a bucket?
But that's because Ryan was born the year that this
Yes.
movie came out.
Yeah.
Of all the dresses that Annette wears, this is the only one that's fabulous. The rest of them are...
You're crazy.
Yeah, I think that's insane.
She looks
I think-
amazing in
I
this whole
think
movie.
her bathing suit is incredible.
Yes.
Her bathing
Polka
suit
dot
was pretty decent. But the fucking burlap sack sweater that she wears to the beach annoys
It's
the
an
shit out of me.
Angora sweater. Like, it's an
It's a beach
off-the-shoulder
sweater.
Angora sweater.
beach sweater.
Well, who doesn't wear beach sweaters?
All of us wear beach sweaters.
Literally no.
I have a built-in beach sweater, unfortunately, so I
Okay,
just like
me
to move
too.
on. But, like, the tone, it's a parody movie, like, not airplane clever, but has moments where it's going for that kind of humor. And that's what it is, you're right. It's kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
It's not consistent, but like this, with the
I
kid
like
trying
this.
to drink a beer, the kid's trying to smoke a
I
cigarette.
kind of like this.
He's spray painting in the house. Like, it is setting the tone that this is silly and ridiculous. Like,
Yeah.
we're not supposed... Look at her engagement ring. That's insane.
Yeah, I think that this shit's pretty funny, actually.
Well, and that's the thing is, what it's... I think they didn't do an awesome job of establishing the tone, because at first
Yeah.
this stuff comes off as almost confusing.
Yeah, it felt like very like trauma level. Like,
Yeah.
just like weird like Toxic Avenger level of like craziness that everyone.
The logic is like...
Yeah, you're like, what the fuck?
But
These
then
aren't
you-
normal people.
Then you realize, like,
You're like, oh, it's supposed to be funny.
what they're going for is when they left the beach, their lives kind of got frozen.
Yeah,
That's why they live in this house that looks like this. That's why both of their cars are still 1960s cars.
yeah,
Like, they kind of just are stuck in that.
yeah.
That's why she's so happy-go-lucky, perfect. Like, my mom, Annette Funicello and Donna Reed are my mom's, like, heroes.
Yeah.
So, like, I look at this and I'm like, this is what my mom thought life was going to be.
God, that must have been so disappointing.
Oh, yeah, right?
God. At least now in this day and age, we know that life is shit.
When-
So it's not a surprise
Imagine
to us.
growing up thinking the worst person in the world is like Maynard G. Krebs from Dobie Gillis.
Yeah.
That guy is a scumbag. He is terrible. He might have smoked the reefer once. Like, that's where these poor people were. And that's why I can't get totally mad at boomers, because they were just so lied to.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I guess. I don't know. Like, my parents are boomers, but they were hippies. So,
Yeah, my parents did a lot of drugs.
Yeah.
Well, right, but I'd be willing to bet my parents are about 10 years younger, or 10 years older than your parents.
Like, my parents are like 70-ish.
Yeah, mine are 76 and 78.
My dad's 72.
Yeah.
So, but well, yeah, I guess though the hippie stuff was the 60s, and that
Yeah.
would have been around their 20s.
Yeah.
So it's probably one of the, like, my parents probably like just missed that.
Yeah.
Being
my
really-
dad was like 17, but like he will tell you if you like sit down and have a beer with him that when he was 17 he ran away from home and hitchhiked, tried to get to Woodstock and showed up as people were leaving.
Oh no, that sucks.
My mom tried to go, and her
It's a
her
fun
mother
story.
wouldn't let her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Your mom what?
My mom wanted to go, and her mom wouldn't let her.
Yeah.
And like she ended up getting grounded, and so she missed Woodstock.
My dad's best story though is and my grandfather's confirmed this is real. When he was like 8 or so, my granddad came home from a long day of work and wanted to sit down and read the paper, as a man in the 50s
Sure.
would do. And my dad was being obnoxious, and he had a friend with him. And my granddad like put down his paper, looked at them, and said, "Why don't you two boys go play in traffic?" 45 minutes or an hour later, there was a knock on the door, and it was a Florida State Patrolman with both of them. It said, got a call that there were a couple kids jumping out and spooking motorists.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
All right,
my
well,
God.
wait. We have to pause here to acknowledge these people working out on the beach, which I can't imagine anything worse than working out on a beach. But the Speedos in this movie
Are plentiful.
are magnificent.
And frightening.
They're a little
Very
hard
small.
to look at
Very
from time
small.
to time. And the song that we're listening to right now, which we cannot hear at the moment,
All of the music is
Okay.
like great value version.
well, not all of it, some of it
Yeah.
is the great value version of, like, right now it's the Beach Boys Catch a Wave.
Yeah.
Except this is like Ride a Surf Anywhere in the World or whatever it was.
It's like if you said, Mom, can we pick up some Beach Boys? And she said,
We have Beach Boys at home.
yeah. And this was the Beach Boys at home.
Yeah.
Why is
there's-
it not letting me choose the subtitles?
You
I
have
don't
it
know what
on.
just happened.
I don't know, but it's frozen on the mustache. Guys.
Yeah, we froze for a second. I'm sorry, everybody. Everybody who is for sure sitting at home watching along with
Oh,
us.
yeah.
I have learned over this because we've been
Mustache
doing
rides
this
for
for I think 3 years now,
Yeah.
and what I've learned is people very rarely actually watch the movies
Yeah.
along with us, and that's okay.
If you do, you're a fucking hero.
Yeah.
You're the best. Let us know if you actually watch the movie with our commentary, and I won't send you anything, but I'll appreciate it.
Yeah, I'll be a.
We'll make it.
I want one of those. I want to ride one of those giant big wheel,
Three-wheeler, like,
surf
beach.
rider deals, whatever that is.
I have ridden one, and it was just as glorious as you've
Oh
imagined.
my gosh, it looks so
Yeah.
much fun.
Although it wasn't in the ocean, I think it was in a lake.
I actually
That's fine.
wouldn't want to ride it in the ocean.
Yeah.
We are going, alright, so I am, and I have to tread carefully here. I don't want to upset anybody.
Yeah.
I am not a
I'm
lake.
already upset.
You might be. I don't know what your stance on lakes is, so you may
I am
you might be
actually,
upset.
surprisingly,
I
for
love
someone
lakes.
who hates the outdoors, I love like any body of water. Just give me near a body of water that I can
And
preferably jump in.
you'll put on your Annette Funicello wetsuit and
No,
dance around.
I'll just get drunk and jump in it.
I do not have a high opinion of lakes.
If you get drunk enough, it's great.
To me, the lake is the white trash beach.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, totally. No,
I would much
agree.
prefer the ocean. I'm an ocean person.
I am an ocean
Yeah.
person
I
as
prefer
well.
the ocean too because it's much
we need
more.
time out here.
Oh yeah,
Time
yeah.
out
O.J. Simpson
to
alert.
acknowledge.
O.J. Simpson alert.
Murderer on screen.
Yeah.
well,
Watch out,
at,
Annette.
at this time,
What do
he
you mean,
was
well?
not yet a murderer as
Yeah.
far as we know.
Okay, I thought you were
Yeah.
about to be like, maybe he did.
But what's
kill her.
weird about this is
Oh
such
no,
a
he totally killed this two people.
this is such a Naked
Yeah.
Gun
It
moment.
is, yeah.
And like
And
the
it
Naked
almost seems
Gun
like it's
hadn't even
referencing
come out
Naked
yet.
Gun.
Right, and
Yeah.
Police Squad had, but he wasn't in Police
Yeah, no.
Squad. I don't think.
No,
he
Did
was-
we
he
verify
was-
this?
He
No,
was
I think he
definitely
was just
not
in the
in the
I-
series.
I
Police
watched,
Squad.
I watched all of Police Squad like a year ago, and he's definitely not.
Yeah.
Okay.
There was a character named
Yeah,
Norbert
there
in
was.
Police Squad.
But
but
it was
not
not
played by
OJ.
somebody
So
else.
maybe people all just think OJ being clumsy is funny, which they're not wrong.
Um,
I have a feeling that he didn't
It
have a
wouldn't be
big
as
like
funny
range.
now.
Well, that's true.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah,
I know one
it's
time
now.
it wasn't clumsy.
Now it has a completely
Like-
different connotation.
yeah, if he showed up
Oopsie.
like
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah,
Allegedly.
if he showed up like in the new Suicide Squad movie and was like clumsy and funny, I would not laugh.
I
I would
definitely
laugh.
would laugh.
I would laugh. Yeah. Who am I kidding?
It depends. It depends on like
I don't have
how
morals.
fast they kill him off. Although, like when I watch that movie, I'm going to keep track of how many minutes they make like me sit through Pete Davidson being alive, and I hope it's not more than 15 because he needs to die quickly.
Aw. I don't really know anything about that guy.
Yeah,
I just know
maybe.
he looks weird.
Yeah.
So we have the family here. Well, part of the family, because we're missing the critical component of Lori Loughlin.
Yeah.
Also convicted felon.
The other felon in this movie.
Yes.
Well, actually, between the two, well, he is convicted now, but he's never been convicted of murder. He's just
Right,
been
right.
convicted
No,
of
he was
other
convicted of
felonies.
like
Yes.
stealing baseball cards or something.
Yeah.
Football cards.
Yeah, he didn't
Football
play baseball.
cards. Right.
Yeah, no, he's convicted
Dude, you know
of
what,
stealing
dude?
advising.
Just because you didn't play baseball doesn't mean you can't buy baseball cards.
That's true.
I own a lot of professional wrestling collecting cards, and I never wrestled.
This is a weird
Although I've
thing
been an
to get defensive
announcer.
about, but yeah.
Don't you step in
Listen
on
here,
me,
dude.
buddy boy.
I know all about serial killer football players.
Wow.
For some reason, Frankie and Annette's son in this movie spends the entire time dressed like Rob Halford.
He does.
But like poorly dressed Rob Halford.
and
like great value Rob Halford.
progressively more Rob Halfordy as the movie goes on.
Actually. Yeah.
And also this, I didn't realize this was my introduction to bondage pants. I don't think I'd ever seen bondage
this is
pants
definitely probably the well.
prior to this.
It would have been very early bondage pants.
I mean,
days.
87. He was straight up wearing the plaid pants with the straps and zippers on them earlier. And so bondage pants and fishbone were introduced to me to Dave West by Back to the Beach.
Not to me because I never saw this hunk of garbage before.
Well,
I definitely saw it, but like I saw it.
So
I didn't even know it existed.
What's his name again?
Dickface?
Is it Russ?
I think it's
or something?
Michael.
So
I think it's like it starts with an M. It's a Mark
Russ
or a
Michael. Whatever, same thing.
George Michael. George
Ruskell.
Michael.
Ruskell Dickface.
So Ruskell Dickface
Dick Russells.
he's been in a lot of stuff.
Yeah. But I will say, like, when this movie started, like most of the characters...
When you can't afford Judge Reinhold, you hire Ruskell Dickface.
That's very true.
But yeah, like, I immediately did not like him. He fucking grows on you, as a
Right?
character.
Okay,
By
I
the
will
end of the
admit that,
movie,
yeah.
you're like,
He grows on
okay,
you. Yeah.
I like this guy.
Well,
Yeah.
like he becomes less. That's not true.
I don't think he becomes less anything. You
No.
just get to,
You get it.
you get what he's going
He becomes
for.
Yeah.
more of whatever the fuck.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know what it is, but he's
also,
more
like-
we need to know that Frankie is driving on a
he's
pier.
driving on a pier. Why is he driving on the pier?
like it's a
This-
normal
And also,
thing to do.
not only is he driving on the pier, but this is like a 5,000-pound car. Too.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
isn't like
And he's also, like, calling
Acura.
all the peer people trash.
which he's not wrong.
I mean, yeah, there are peer
people are 100%
Like,
trash.
I lived in Wilmington, North Carolina.
Also,
and
he's
hung
not-
out like on the.
She
like,
just
the
looked out
local
there. He
beach
wasn't driving.
Where like
right
all the
then.
like the poor.
he was like walking, but his car was parked on the pier.
lunatic people
Yeah.
live. Curie Beach.
Curie Beach.
Yeah.
100%. I know. I'll be there later this year.
And
Although it alternates, it's really weird. Curie Beach, Carolina Beach, and
it's never Wrightsville Beach.
what's the Wrightsville? Wrightsville's always the snooty upscale because that's where my parents have the membership to their fancy beach house.
Yeah.
Or beach club or whatever it is. But yeah, Curie and Carolina kind of take turns being the trashy ones.
Yeah. And like being me, of course, I like to hang out in those.
Yeah,
towns.
Oh, for sure. Nobody wants to hang out at Wrightsville Beach except for snooty rich people.
Yeah.
So this, and coming up is where, to me, the scene that kind of established the tone where I was like, okay, I get where we're at. Because Frankie grabs his son and literally just starts using his head as a battering ram to knock the door down. Like,
I think that's when it clicked for me. That
Yeah.
this is supposed to be ridiculous.
I get where we're at here. Even though we've had silly things, because like they
Annette's
live.
hair really should have clued everyone
Well,
in.
that's true. But they live above a bait shop and tattoo parlor. Like there were little things that like by themselves weren't quite enough. But this violence he's inflicting upon his son at this point.
And he takes his Rob Halford hat and puts it on.
Yes, the fact that he's wearing the hat while he does it.
That's not that guy.
We get it.
It's true.
And I'd like to note, I would like to live on a pier because this is a nice little apartment they've got.
Yes, I would live in this apartment right now.
The only problem here would be hurricanes. Because your shit would be gone.
Yeah.
Yes. Your little pier house would be fucked up.
I like Annette's complete matching little plaid. That's not plaid. What is that? Is that gingham?
That's gingham. Yeah.
Gingham.
Is it Gangnam Style?
Yes.
Gangnam Style.
It's gingham style. I mean, it kind of is.
Quit
But
trying
all
to
of her outfits do that.
Yeah, they all match
shoes
from
to
head
bow,
to toe. Yeah,
the
yeah,
whole thing. It's it's giving me a rash. It's like,
and
freaking me
she's
out.
magically
earrings,
able
too.
to like
Yeah.
change
Between
her outfits,
scenes, like as she walks.
Yeah.
Everyone's
Her earrings are also the
I-
pink gingham.
I don't know. Is that like a joke? in the movie, or is that...
It is.
Yep.
And that's why I want Shout Factory or Mill Creek or somebody to do a special edition of this.
Yeah.
Because I want to hear the filmmakers talk about if that stuff is specifically sort of making... Because I'm sure the 60s beach movies were the same way.
Yeah.
Where from scene to scene, they're just in different costumes.
Yeah.
Like, it just happens. There's probably a lot of stuff in this... Because I remember watching this with my mom, and she loved it. She thought it was hilarious that they were... There's one of those trikes again. Man, I want to ride one of those things.
Badass.
Oh, but what I was going to say earlier, I'd rather ride it in a lake, because I don't want to have to... It seems like it would take a lot of effort to roll it over a wave, and I'm not really into effort.
It's like, it's foot-powered.
Yeah, I don't want to deal with that. I want to take it on a lake. But the fact that lakes don't have waves are part of what makes them so trashy to me. So...
Hashtag the duality.
We're entering Z-Town. Ryan, let's talk about Bobby Calabrese being in this movie.
Yeah. Clearly an inspiration for his entire look.
I mean, that's him. Forget the inspiration.
Yeah, you're right.
That is Bobby Calabrese.
Yeah.
This guy's wearing a wetsuit
Covered in metal.
completely covered in studs and I almost said bobby pins, fucking safety
Bobby
pins.
pins, safety
Bobby
pins.
Calabrese.
They're Bobby Calabrese.
Bobby
pins.
Calabrese pins.
And when I say covered, I mean fucking every square millimeter is covered with studs and safety pins.
And
like,
the tiniest codpiece you've ever seen.
yeah,
It's like a Coca-Cola bottle cap.
there's a lot of weird dick stuff in this movie.
Speaking of dick stuff, I think that's actually that actor with the mustached hair.
His name
I think
is Dick Stuff.
his
Yes.
name is Dick Stuff.
Yeah.
He's a character actor. He was on Magnum
He
P.I.,
was in an episode of Quantum Leap.
Trapper John M.D.
Yeah.
Every fucking
Walker,
80s
Texas
show
Ranger.
ever.
Yeah, but yeah, look in the credits.
Dr. Quinn,
Isn't
Medicine
he
Woman.
also
Yes,
isn't
yes.
he also the villain in Commando?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yes. He was playing Commando in the movie. He wasn't wearing underwear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He took his role very seriously.
Yeah, he did.
He's a method guy.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, look up IMDb, look up Richard Stuff.
Yeah, Richard Stuff.
We were supposed to
fine
believe
actor.
that guy was a threat to Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
He's prolific.
He was in about 700 episodes of Days of Our Lives.
But he's no Bobby Calabrese.
Well,
No.
no.
Why have I not taken a picture of this as of yet?
Yeah.
Also, I like the human skull on the staff that he's got.
This is my favorite joke in the
That gag is fucking solid.
It's
Yeah.
hilarious.
I will give
Like,
you that.
everyone knows the scene in the movie where the square dude knocks over the fucking motorcycles and pisses off all the fucking bikers. But in this movie, he knocks over the surfboards, which Dave pointed out wouldn't do anything.
They're surfboards.
Like,
They're all over. Who
Yeah,
cares?
who gives a shit?
But they get all
But they
pissed
get
off.
super pissed off about it. It's hilarious. Like, it's a funny ass joke.
But like, why would you set your surfboards up like dominoes on a beach?
Because
would
you
be
know
pissed
Frankie
off.
Avalon's
Yeah.
coming to knock
yeah,
him over.
it's just a funny visual. It's
And
good.
now,
And now they're going to party in a pineapple under the sea.
which I would 100% stop at if I saw that place.
Yes.
Yes. Dick Dale and at least 2 Delta. Which I believe.
Which I think is a funny reference to Dick Dale being sort of famously hard to work with.
Yeah.
And then later on in the movie,
He
we'll
goes through some Delta.
we'll spoil this. Later on in the movie, it appears that Stevie Ray Vaughan is a Deltone.
Yes. And he has spina bifida.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with his shoulders.
He was an alcoholic.
We'll
and
get
he was
into that
feeling the
later.
Music.
So right now, what
And he
we've
says
got...
something about, like, he's like, oh, Dick Dale, you can see him, like, anytime.
He said you can come back in 2001 and see...
2000, you can come back in 2000 and see Dick Dale.
Yeah.
And he was
Because
right.
in 1987, 2000 was a lot... Like, they probably... In 1987, we still believed we were going to have hover cars in 2000.
Yeah, 2000 was the
And this is kooky from My Dinner with Anthrax, the Married with Children episode that featured the greatest thrash band in the history of metal, Anthrax. That
Yeah,
is...
was Megadeth also in that episode?
No, they weren't, because it was My Dinner with Anthrax,
Oh, weird.
not My Dinner with Megadeth.
No, I just got confused by the greatest Slash Man thing.
Oh, shit. You fucking nerd.
Wow.
Shots fired.
Yeah.
I'm too fucked up by Troy to even partake.
Troy
in
is
this.
incredible.
Yes, it's the introduction of
He's
Troy.
the unsung
voice.
hero of the
He-
movie.
It's just
Like,
He's awesome.
Do we really
He is
want to
so
say
good.
that, like, date rape personifies the unsung hero of the movie?
Well, yeah, that's a fair point. That's a
Fuck,
fair
you just
point.
ruined it.
Yes.
Now I have to be like, well, he was a little problematic, but you know.
Well, he's
Dude, he's wearing a mesh shirt and several medallions.
several,
That-
not
look,
even just one medallion.
Let's not.
Like, there's a lot of gold.
Let's
going on.
not. Let's not judge a book by its cover.
He has a gold pinky ring, Dave. He's wearing a gold pinky
But
ring.
that
He's
is
literally
a
trying
measure
to date rape
and
Annette
a
Funicello.
Let's talk about right now the battle of the incredible hot dog tans, because Frankie, Avalon, and Troy both have like the Hulk Hogan tan going
Yeah.
It's like
Let
they
me
both
tell you
rolled.
something,
They
brother.
both rolled around on like a cute,
on. The quick
QT.
trip,
Yeah,
the roller.
yeah, hot dog rollers.
The-
Yeah.
How
It's
the fuck did
amazing.
you understand what she was saying? Because I did not. She was like, you know, you're on the queef train, and you flip, you do the back, and then you go up.
Train.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Come on, right?
And then you
It's
knew
a
what she
train.
was saying. You're like, oh, quick trip? Yeah.
Taquitos.
Was that the Bay
Right on
City
the queef train.
the Bay City Rollers did the Queef Train? Wasn't that a big song in
Yeah.
like the late '90s?
Big hit.
We've hit rock bottom.
If we can subtitle this episode, can
Come on, ride the train and ride it.
Right, Gary Busey's queef train.
Oh my gosh!
Hashtag Turbos.
Can you imagine Gary Busey in this movie too?
Yes.
Oh,
We would have all flipped our fucking shit
Yeah,
if he had
yeah.
just popped up out of nowhere.
Yeah. It needed. That's the only thing it needed.
That's
Gary
right,
Busey
you're right.
And Judge Reinhold.
all
Yes.
it would have taken. Well, I like.
I don't know if
Got
you
dollar
could do
store
it as
Judge
Judge
Reinhold.
Yeah,
That's fine.
I like great value Judge Reinhold. Just
No,
fine.
it needed Gary Busey pet Judge Reinhold.
Oh
Oh,
shit!
fuck.
Oh my gosh! All right, so this is that she literally has no shame whatsoever when she says, "Come see my shrine to you."
And
Yeah.
that's what it is.
She's lusting after that deep.
She is. She wants that.
She's trying to
that
Frankie
Frankie
can
hit
do
that.
Look at that picture. That's incredible. I've got a picture of awesome Austin Creed, aka Xavier Woods. It's actually very similar to that.
I believe
Go, if you go look right over there near the Anthrax Knotman flag, Xavier Woods in some Americana briefs.
Yeah,
Yes, I can see it.
yeah.
It's not dissimilar from that picture of Frankie
A
Avalon.
little bit, yeah.
So I like that we're getting Annette finally kind of like showing something other than utter happiness and serenity.
Yeah, being
Yeah.
perfect.
She gets a
mother.
little fired up. She's
She's
a
doing
little
something
angry.
other than eating Skippy peanut butter.
She doesn't like
yeah.
this hoe.
Connie is fully like trying to get her hooks into
Frankie.
the big potato.
And you're right, her hair in this scene is completely different. I wonder if the next scene was a reshoot and they had to put a wig on her.
It's
Not
fine.
this scene, but like at the
Oh,
bar.
Connie?
When you said her hair looks totally
They
different.
put it up, but they put it up in a really weird 80s way. And it's like, it's almost like it's got like a tray on it.
Can we
Oh,
talk
it's
about
very
how
strange.
Dick Dale looks like the bad guy from Brain Scan?
We can
Yeah.
talk about how Dick Dale at this point is probably around 60 years old and is trying to look 20 years old and is failing
It's not
miserably.
working.
Yeah.
Apologize for the chair squeak. I had to get up and turn off the
Body
dehumidifier
glove?
in the Phantom Zone. Lots of body glove in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I did not know how versatile body glove was. It's everything from swimsuits to dresses to t-shirts to shoes.
Surfwear, obviously.
Yeah, surfwear. Definitely. There's was that guy from Kraftwerk?
He's from Rammstein.
Rammstein.
He's the operator with his pocket.
Du hast. What if, I would like for somebody to dub Du hast Mick over this
Over
scene.
this scene?
Yes.
Oh my god.
I could do that.
Du hast mich hier.
I would really
Du hast
appreciate
mich
that if
gefragt.
you could do that.
I could totally do that.
I will give you my Amazon password if you don't remember it. So Mustache Guy, we have not fully embraced, what was it, Richard Stuff
a.k.a. Amazing Larry, and how he is in every scene in this movie.
Yes. He must have been best friends with the cameraman or something.
Well, I would to.
Well, I think that, like, just showing him as a shorthand for saying, hey, this shit is weird.
I think you're right.
They didn't need any more this shit is weird moments, but I mean, like, okay.
Well, what's funny about it, and clearly he's a bigger part, he's not an extra, he is a character in the movie, but I remember doing, I was an extra on Halloween 2, and not in the movie, which to this day pisses me off, but in one of the scenes, Rob Zombie gets up before we started filming, and he's like, look, I know a lot of you guys are going to try and get in front of the camera, and I'll tell you right now, if we see extras who are in, like, every scene, we're going to cut you out. So don't do that shit. And Richard Stuff, like, comes across like one of those extras.
Yeah.
But he's not. Like, because he has business with Frankie Avalon at the end of the movie. Like, he's actually part of the scene, so it's not like he's an extra. But he comes across like that guy who just always knows where the camera is.
Yeah, very much so.
It's true.
Because he's in a whole bunch of scenes that, like, the rest of his, like, gang is not in. He's just, like,
yeah, right. He's just there.
hanging out.
Like, right when they went into this club, he was just outside on the porch, just hanging out. Like, his gang wasn't there.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I think he's like the director's buddy or something.
Yeah.
Just hanging out.
Well, I guess some of the punks are there, because that guy's wearing a paperclip necklace. There's nothing more punk than Office products.
I mean, look, when I was very, very young, one of the warning signs, we had a class in school warning you about avoiding punks, and it said, one of the signs, if you see a paperclip necklace, that's a danger sign.
Like,
I will say
like
that
the Nightman. Like, he's like, I'm going for
yeah,
that.
you're right.
Yeah,
you're totally right.
He does. But, like, I feel like a little bit of my entry into that was paperclip necklaces.
Rape.
Surprise, rape!
Yeah. And
It was the 80s. It's funny.
You know, Ryan kept asking, like, oh, you know, I wish this was in HD. Why isn't this in HD? And I feel like this scene right here is one of the two scenes as to why it's not in HD, because otherwise you would see his sack throughout this entire scene.
As much as I hate to admit this, but I like to keep it real. You guys, you know my essence, you know who I am, and I couldn't help but notice during this scene.
Sack talk?
This is going to be sack talk.
Okay.
We got to sit down and have a little sack talk.
Which is like Arian's anal corner, but not.
Yeah, right. Well, at one point, right there.
Right there!
You could actually see his white man
satchel.
thong.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't his balls, it was his white underpants.
Yeah.
But very clearly...
It's banana hammock,
yeah,
if you will.
Yeah, because you know this guy's not wearing just some standard issue tighty whities.
No.
Like, he's 100% wearing, like, a white man thong. Under that pink towel.
Yes.
We're going to sit down and have some sack talk.
Let's sack talk. We don't need any back talk. Because it's time for sack talk.
After sack talk, you can have back sack talk.
So this man... Alright. So Lori Loughlin in this movie, I don't know what age she's supposed to be. I guess she's done with... Well, if she's post... I'm not saying she went to college, because clearly if she's living in this hole on a pier, she's not college educated. But... which I am not either, so, like, I'm not casting aspersions here. I guess she's supposed to be, like, 22, 3, 4-ish in this.
Early 20s.
Yeah, I would assume, like, post-college age. But she's definitely treated like she's 14.
Right. But I think that's the joke of the movie.
Yeah.
Like, that's the whole point, is she's still daddy's little girl.
Yeah.
Like, he can't see that she's grown up.
Yeah.
Like, that's a pretty classic thing.
Yeah. Like,
but her...
Guess what, Frankie? She fucking...
Yeah, she's definitely getting it.
They actually have a conversation later in the movie, which is pretty awkward, about them fucking.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
Well, they talk about Frankie fucking, and he said he only fucked on his honeymoon.
Yeah.
Like, a period. Not like for the first time. No, it's like only on the honeymoon.
So...
But
So
also, I think
Bobby's
he
not
refers to
his.
never giving Annette a orgasm as well, so...
Well...
So,
I believe this.
did we come up with a name for fake Judge Reinhold?
He's
He's just fake Judge Reinhold.
Gary Busey, pet Judge Reinhold.
That's a
I think it
lot.
was like
That's too much.
yeah, Jimmy Rippleskin.
Fudge Reinhold. Clearly,
Dick
like
Ripskin?
20 years older than
Yeah.
Lori Loughlin.
Yes.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dick Ripskin.
Dick Ripskin.
Sounds painful.
So this is the scene where you pointed out her hair looking like she looks like a different human.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's okay. That was really weird. They focus on the suitcase full of shoes, and I get the gag is she loves shopping.
Yeah.
She's got all the different shoes.
Women be shopping.
Women be shopping.
Yes.
Women be
It's true.
shopping.
Yes.
Women be shopping.
And
They be buying Campbell's soup, Skippy peanut butter and shoes.
I'll throw this out there. It's spam.
And spam.
It's spam. I shop way more than my woman. Like, my shopping is fucking out of control.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're
he shops
sitting
significantly
in
more
a
than I do
shrine
as
to
well.
your
You're
shopping.
right, exactly. You can look around and see that I have a fucking problem. But look at her folding up all this like little tiny. She doesn't wear any of this.
She wears that yellow thing.
You
That
got-
is
she
fucking
wears
adorable. I want that.
Well, pajama party.
Pajama
And
party!
This is incredible.
And this is where they
And
play not
the
Cindy
pri-
Lauper.
right, the girl. It's
Girls
just want to have pajama parties.
Girls
Yes.
just want to have
No,
not
Cindy Lauper.
lesbian sex.
Ladies just want to have nice times.
Yes.
Is
Yeah.
basically this song.
Ladies, they want to have not
And
lesbian sex.
again, on our first watch
Scissor me
through,
timbers.
it was only just now that we were like, okay, this is intentionally.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Here comes
Oh,
Ted.
it's Calabrese.
He's like, oh, I got no place to go.
And what is this that they're doing? I guess
like,
they're
"Whoa."
like,
It's the Calabrese
gonna get
dance.
some pussy.
Have you not seen the Have you
Yeah.
not seen Calabrese
I've
live?
seen it now. Yes, it's beautiful.
This is exactly what they do.
Pretty
Oh,
much. I've seen him like 7 times. That's what they do
Every
yeah,
time.
exactly.
Every time, and he's wearing that jacket too.
Yeah. He's got his spiky jacket, and he's like, oh.
It does make me sad though that Jimmy's not in it until later.
Yeah.
Like he really doesn't get his.
JV's not in it at all.
No, well he's a little more aloof.
Yeah.
Davey wasn't even on when I had them on the podcast. Which, by the way, for the listeners, you can hear my incredible interview with Calabrese on like super early episode of the Needless Things podcast.
They do a podcast now. You need
I
to get
know.
on that.
Yes.
I know.
You need on that
I need to get that back going. Get that going.
No, like you need to message them and be like, have me on your podcast.
You're right. They owe me one.
Yeah.
But Davey and Jimmy were on my show, Bobby and Jimmy were on my show, but Davey wasn't. And then when that year I introduced them at Dragon Con, and
I was at that show.
Davey was
Yeah.
backstage, like getting his drums ready and everything. I was like, "What? You're too good for my show?" He didn't know who I was. He had no idea. I was just like, I gotta say something
Yeah.
because it had come up
Who's
like,
this
why
asshole
wasn't
in
he
the
on?
mask?
You're right. Well, and that's what. And he was like, and he felt bad. He was like, "What? What's happening now?" And I was like, "Dude, I'm totally just kidding." I'm like,
They're like the nicest.
Yeah.
people.
they
They are
are
so nice.
for the listeners. If you have not listened to Calabrese, you're a dickhead.
Yeah.
Because
You're-
Calabrese is one of the greatest bands of all time.
Yeah.
they're amazing.
And they're also super nice
Yeah,
guys.
they're really down to earth, super sweet.
But the fact that from their first album, okay, that is a dude wearing the bell-bottom
Whatever
stretchy
the fuck
pants.
shit that is.
Tie-dyed stretchy pants. I thought it was a lady. Okay, but anyway.
Dude looks like a lady.
Down. But anyway,
This scene is a fucking...
this scene is incredible.
Madhouse.
They're in this. If this was G.I. Joe, but G.I. Joe was all about surfing.
Yeah.
This is the pit. That's Breaker. That is definitely. This is progressive.
know.
That's decent.
Yeah.
This is progressive.
It's
Is all I'm going to
progressive.
say.
It's a very progressive movie.
But also all I'm going to say is listen to Calabrese, one of the
Yeah.
greatest bands of all time.
Yep.
Who was great from the first EP they put out.
Yeah, for sure.
Which
Yeah.
is confounding.
And I had that in possibly middle school. Fucking high school. Yeah. I've been a fan of them from day one.
Because they're an incredible band.
Yeah.
But then, if you have the opportunity to meet them, super nice guys.
Oh yeah,
mind-boggling. Okay, so
what is that?
That's
What's
a dude.
happening?
Might not be Dee Snider. Might be Dee Snider.
But there's a lot of great value somebodies in this movie, and that is great value Dee Snider.
That is great value Dee Snider.
He may or may not going to continue to take it.
And
but yeah, it's like Dee Snider on his worst drag day.
That surfer in the last scene was wearing a prop replica of Surfin' Michelangelo from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles line.
Yes.
The same body glove suit that Michelangelo figure was wearing.
I had that one.
That person was wearing. It's one of the greatest Ninja Turtle figures of all time.
Yeah, for sure.
Don't we still have that?
Yeah, I think so.
I think we do. I can't remember.
I got a few.
So now, Fudge Reinhold.
He's got real short
Okay, this is the other ball scene.
Yeah.
Because
so
his
I
balls
see
are
his ball shadow.
Absolutely.
Ball shadow.
If he was like 5 years older, they'd be hanging out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes,
like
that's accurate.
He's still got tight balls.
If he was 5 years older, he'd be 55.
Also true.
So
you're only as old as you feel. /
you're only as old as your
how
balls
low
feel.
your balls dangle.
I find. Never mind. Let's move on.
Now, alright, so in the background of the scene, there's a woman fisting her asshole. And a man's penis. Possibly.
You're not lying.
That's what it is! What is it?
Where's her hand? It's inside of her ass.
I think it's in somebody else's ass.
Is that better?
But there is an
so.
arm.
It depends on if the other ass is consenting or not.
That's a good point.
And this is when he's talking to him about fucking
Keith
the Rolling
Richards.
Stones, yeah.
And Frankie Avalon doesn't know who Keith Richards is.
I didn't get that from this scene.
No, he said who's that?
He said who's that?
Yeah, he said who's that about Keith Richards.
That's insane.
Maybe he got so drunk he forgot.
Okay,
I didn't get it from the scene.
so this mixture is Alka-Seltzer,
That was in the scene.
coffee grounds,
and Pepsi.
Coke or Pepsi or whatever.
Yeah,
And he treats it like it is straight up all the cocaine.
Whoa! Hold on. Did you just say Coke or Pepsi or whatever?
Yeah, I don't drink soda.
Oh, well, excuse me, Miss Fancy
okay,
Pants.
hold on. To defend Nicole, she is originally from, like, Connecticut or some shit?
Yes.
So she does not understand that in the South, when you say Coke, you mean Coke. There's no Pepsi.
I am from North Carolina, which grotesquely
Is the home of
Pepsi is the taste of the Carolinas. And yet, to me, Coke is Coke. If you say Coke, you mean Coke. And if you order a Coke and somebody says, we only have Pepsi, is that okay? Then they might as well have said, if you ordered a salad, we have a pile of garbage, is that okay?
You're legally allowed if someone says
This is all just for humor's sake.
You're legally allowed to burn down the restaurant.
I actually come from a place where we refer to it as soda.
I agree with you. But I would never order a soda. I would never say, bring me a soda, and then just take whatever shit they put in a glass.
But like the overwhelming, like the generic.
The generic term is soda,
for it is
and
soda.
I agree with you on that.
But in the South, people call soda Coke, even if they mean not just Coke.
But they don't. They mean Coke.
Yeah.
They don't mean not Coke. If you bring somebody from Georgia a Pepsi when they ordered a Coke, it is legally acceptable for them to stab you in the genitals and set you on fire.
Yeah.
That's just a fact. That's on the books. It's like that law where you can beat your wife with a 6-inch wooden rod on the courthouse steps on Sunday.
You can beat your wife on certain days of the week.
Right. That's just a thing.
Yeah, I'm not here to kink shame.
I would like to point out Lori Loughlin's incredibly 90s like art explosion bikini.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was purchased from Gadzooks.
As someone who has a running gag called Arian's Anal Corner, I am not here to kink shame.
Which I don't think. Now, granted, it has come up.
There's no butt stuff except for fisting in this movie.
I don't think
there is Troy fucking getting an eyeful of Annette's ass.
Oh, you're right.
yeah,
You're right.
he does
We
get
gotta
all up in
save
her
that.
pooper.
though. Save it for the scene.
Save it for the anal corner.
I would also like to point out, granted, this is not a yellow polka dot bikini, but clearly this is a yellow polka dot beach dress.
Something.
This is the one that just really bothers me. It's like
The
she's,
scene?
it's like
Oh,
she's
the outfit?
wearing like mustard.
Well,
And that's his pubes all day, $3.
Well, I mean, what a bargain. Can you say no
does
to
it, what?
It said pubes
I
all
missed
day,
that.
$3.
Well, this guy does not have pubes.
No,
you
God.
can tell.
You can tell, like...
That is so uncomfortable to look at, his situation.
Why? His dick's just jiggling around.
This is, like, more obscene than the I'm sexy and I know it video.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he's like, he's like shaking it all up in her face area.
I mean,
It's so uncomfortable.
I'm not going to lie. If I looked like Troy, that would be what I'd be wearing.
That is not what I would be wearing.
I would.
Nah, that's probably exactly what I'd be wearing.
I would not
with
own
the
a
medallion and everything.
Oh, fuck
And the pinky ring.
I wouldn't own a shirt.
Probably.
I would have a selection. My closet would be a selection of animal print mankinis.
Yeah. And that's it. No shirts.
Yeah. No shirts.
Don't own a shirt. You need to go to the bank? Fuck that. I can't.
No.
Just every day of
No
the week.
shirts,
you pull
no
out a
shoes,
different
no
animal
service.
print.
I'd be like, fuck your service. I'm sexy and I know it.
Yeah.
I gotta say though, I probably would not wear all that shit around my neck because I don't like stuff tight around my neck.
No.
I'm not into that. Look at his tiny. That's not a bathing suit.
No.
That is from
That's a neckerchief.
That's
Yeah.
that is from the men's section at Fredericks of Hollywood.
It is. It's like...
But I like that it matches his chair and his tiki bar drape.
Well, you want to be consistent in your sleeves.
It's true.
I mean, he's picked an image and he's going for it.
He is winning.
Yeah.
So we've got triplets back here.
Oh,
in the
there
background.
are triplets in body gloves, swimsuits.
My initial thought was, these are the double mint twins, and I was like, fuck, there are three of them. Who
Yeah.
are these people? There's no triple mint. There's no triple mint gum.
For when double mint just doesn't do it.
You need
get
triple mint.
They were probably in some 80s issue of Hustler.
Probably.
Is where they're from.
I hope so.
Probably got to see their pancreases.
There's a lot of weird edits in this. He was on the other side of the bar and now he teleported to the fucking couch here. The editing's really fucking chaotic.
Oh, I thought for a second you said couch air. I was like, what? And then I realized you said couch air.
That couch does have hair, though.
Yes, it does.
It's a fuzzy couch.
I want a fuzzy couch. I used to have a fuzzy couch when I was a kid.
I
had a round fuzzy couch when I was a kid.
Wow.
Yeah.
I want to live at this bar.
Me too. It's pretty great.
This place is amazing. With all the records stuck on the wall. I am a fan
the shrine
of
to the big Kahuchi.
Yes, the big potato. I'm not a big fan of a barn exploded in this restaurant, like you get a lot of times with your TGI Fridays and whatnot. But I do like the 60s exploded in this restaurant.
Yes.
This restaurant just feels like beach party chaos.
Yes, and that's wonderful.
Yeah.
All right, what is on his arms? Are those zip ties spray painted?
They're zip tie spikes.
That's so weird.
It's like the dumbest
awesome.
use of all the office products ever.
Yeah, I feel like that's just what they had laying around in the set department.
And is he smoking a joint?
Maybe.
Yeah,
that's a cigarette.
You saw him rip it off.
Rip the filter off?
Because he's using it to light a cherry bomb. Because he's telling all these adult people to fucking light a cherry bomb on a delayed fuse.
That guy is wearing his sunglasses upside down. That's how dumb these beach punks are.
You know what? There's nothing more punk than wearing your sunglasses upside down.
That's
incorrect.
Wrong. Okay. So we have not mentioned the presence of David Bowie, Weird Al's sidekick from UHF.
Yeah.
Doesn't actually have a whole lot to do in this movie, but is in it.
Yeah,
but he also
sometimes
he goes full on surfer. And it's
Yeah,
pretty hilarious.
yeah.
Like when he's shouting out all the shit in the different areas, talking about the ways to call, taking the calls.
He goes for it.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, there's a lot of dude.
Okay, so this right now,
All of them.
we're about to get one of the greatest movie musical performances of all time.
This is
Annette Funicello and Fishbone performing Jamaica Ska, which, okay, so if you listened to last week's episode of the Needless Things podcast, you heard our Hot Summer Jams playlist, which included this song, that when I Googled it, because my assumption was that this was a cover. Like that this was a song that they were
Is it
doing.
not?
Well, okay. Everything I looked at made it seem like this was done just for this movie, but then when I
I've
went to
heard this
when I
before.
went to Spotify to create our Hot Summer Jams playlist, which by the way, if you follow Dave West on Spotify, you can find all of the Needless Things playlists. There is an older version of this song by Annette Funicello from like the 60s.
Whoa.
So
What?
this is her song, but she's doing it here with Fishbone.
Wait, does that mean she invented ska?
Yes.
What
That's
the
exactly
fuck?
what that means.
What the fuck?
how
Annette
can I
Funicello
be more
invented
confused?
ska.
Also, Dude Buddy is in a different bikini now.
Troy has changed
Troy's wearing a pink
his
bikini now.
Troy's the
Speedo.
star of this movie.
Well, to be fair, Troy could not have danced in the other...
No,
man thong
both
he
of
was
his balls
wearing?
would have fallen out
Yes.
on different sides.
And his butthole would have been visible.
Yeah, one ball would have come out one side, the other ball would have come out the other side.
Fishbone's probably has bad knees now.
Angelo is incredible. He was a dick when I met him, but I still love Fishbone.
Is
He was
that-
wearing his blue Doc Martens, which in 1987 was kind of crazy. This was, okay, so in 1987, I'm 11 years old. I don't know who Fishbone is. All I know is I'm watching this, and these guys seem really fucking cool. And then it wasn't until Reality of My Surroundings, which I think came out in like 1990, was when I really like got into Fishbone. So it's time-wise, it's really weird to me
I
that
just can't believe she invented ska.
it's crazy. Time-wise, it's really weird to me that in 1987 I saw Fishbone for the first time, but in 1990, it wasn't until 1990 that I was like really aware of them.
That's
And I don't even know that 1990 is right, because reality... Well, okay, I gotta look this up. Because now I'm wanting to... Because Reality of My Surroundings was when I discovered Fishbone at my local record store, Musicdrome. Reality of My Surroundings. Wow, good job, Google. Reality of My Surroundings. That is album by Fishbone, 1990. I was right. Okay. No, it was recorded 1990 to 1991, released in 1991. So it wasn't until 4 years after this movie that I knew Fishbone as a band more than just the guys in Back to the Beach.
I just can't believe that you watched this movie when it came out.
I did too.
I didn't know this movie existed until
I
today.
enjoyed it.
I didn't know it-
Like I said, I watched it with my mom. My mom loved it because
I'm not gonna say
she
I
was there for the source material.
Yeah, yeah.
She loved this stuff and got a kick out of seeing sort of a parody / tribute to it.
This scene right here is
Let's talk
so
about
fucking stupid.
Let's talk about Fudge Reinhold not understanding commerce.
Yeah, not understanding that you can sell things. It's a concept
He's like, don't touch that.
never
I just do it because
heard
I love
of.
it.
He's like, he is in a room with 35 surfboards that he has very lovingly painted and created,
They're actually really nice.
and has never
So does he just give them
ever
away,
thought about
or
selling
is he
them.
storing them?
He's like a surfboard hoarder, I guess.
So he has 100 of these surfboards just in a storage room somewhere. Which, by the way, how is he paying for this space in which he is painting these surfboards?
It's the beach.
It's the
Yeah,
beach.
apparently
That's what
everything's
happens.
free because he just doesn't understand that you
It's
can
like-
sell things.
Yeah, that's how beach people are. They don't even know.
But
He's
let's
"What do you mean
talk about
sell?"
let's acknowledge though how sort of sweet and genuine this scene is. that Frankie Avalon's like, you know what, this stuff is amazing. You're really talented. Like, he's not being a dick to this guy.
He's been mad at him most of the movie.
Right. But he's like appreciating, like, man, you're really talented. This stuff is cool. Even though they're on these little surfboards that aren't like his giant 17-foot-long wooden boards that he was riding when he was a kid.
Well, I think
this is I like this scene because...
We're supposed to get that this is when Frankie starts to realize that he could support his daughter if they were to get married.
Well, yeah, but also... It's him,
and it's also a little bit of his sales background.
Yeah, but he's being a little more human. He's This is the first sign of him.
He's being more human,
easing up a little bit. Okay, here we go.
The name of this bar, Patios.
Okay, so here's Stevie Ray Vaughan with his shoulders.
Jesus Christ!
And I just realized
he has shoulder pads.
This is not. Oh, he definitely has shoulder pads.
But he's got shoulder pads on.
It is not a shirt. It's like a trench shirt.
Yeah.
I don't even know what you would call it.
And here are the body glove dresses. You guys are going to have to carry on for just a moment. I need a comfort break. I apologize for the chair squeaking. But I know, in my absence, you will continue.
Oh, yeah.
The incredible observations about Back to the Beach.
Oh, yeah.
Help us. Please kill us.
What's up with that tiki mug?
Set
That
me
looks
on
like
fire.
a weird chipmunk.
They actually have those tiki mugs like throughout the movie several times, and out of the entire movie, that is the one thing that I would like to have. Those mugs are pretty fucking rad.
It wouldn't be Frankie Avalon's hair?
Frankie, you could take it off of him and put it on me like Lego hair.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah, it very much. And
He
they do
looks like a
refer to
Lego
it as
man.
like helmet hair. But like Annette also kind of has. She has like female version of helmet hair.
Yeah, she has Lady Lego hair. For
Lady
sure.
Lego hair.
I think Annette's kind of cute.
Yeah, I mean, she was like every, 12-year-old boy's fantasy in like 1957 or some shit. Do you remember in Stand By Me when they talk about Annette Funicello in Stand By Me, and they talk about how the A and the E are starting to bend her on the sides because she's growing tits?
It's true.
Yeah. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that's Annette. She's got great hooters. And actually, in this movie, fucking Connie says, like, you've got great hooters and you let them go to like, waist. Which I don't disagree with. She doesn't show her boobies.
Ah.
It's true.
She doesn't even really, like, she should capitalize on her cleavage way more. She actually looks better in a sweater than she does in...
It's the president of the beach.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Fucking Maxwell Smart. Missed it by that much. Which is another reference that Ryan didn't get when we all laughed at it. And he was like...
What?
I don't get it.
You mean Steve Carell?
I was about to say, I've seen the Steve Carell movie. I get smart.
God damn it.
Oh, here he is, the president of the beach. I'm just in time.
Yeah, you gotta talk to him to get your party license. Classic plot.
Weird
It is.
fucking movie
It totally
rules.
is, though.
Yeah.
Shut up, Judge Reinhold.
I feel like Fudge Reinhold turned his beach bumminess up like 100%.
He really did. He's doing a weird thing with his
scene.
face. He's like curling his lip.
But he
up.
also, he turned his fucking acting ability up too, because he kills it in this scene.
Well, at this point,
He's convincing.
if this scene, if I was seeing this out of context, I would have assumed that Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure had already come out at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he is being so Bill and Ted.
Yeah.
But this is, what was that? That was 89, right?
Oh, that was way later. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was 89.
2 years after this. Which just shows what we were talking about earlier, is that, like, the whole, like, surfer beach culture thing in the late 80s was
very big.
everywhere.
Yeah. Well, I think I had a fucking, like, Ron John surf shop t-shirt or some shit in, like, junior high. I've never fucking touched a surfboard in my entire life.
I haven't either. I
grew up in
had...
Connecticut.
Remember Sex Wax?
Yes.
Yeah, Dr. Zog's sex wax shirts.
And we all, like, thought it was cool because it said the word sex and...
Well,
it was
yeah,
just, like,
right.
You're like, I'm 11.
I had Life's a Beach, which I wish I still had. Well, I wouldn't be able to fit in them. I had these awesome shorts that were they had skull and crossbones all over them. They were like Life's a Beach was a brand. That was a brand.
I very much remember Life's
Right.
Beach. Yeah, so I guess it was like a style.
It was, yeah, it was. It was beyond just like actual surfing. Like it was everywhere. It was a thing, and I don't know why, because I don't remember there being specifically like surf movies or anything in the 80s.
This point in the movie, so now the big beach party has begun.
This is your problematic sweater.
So, yeah, A, I hate the sweater. B, from this point to the end of the movie, it is a complete cocaine-fueled fever dream. This is where it really just goes off the fucking rails.
I love that sweater to the point where I ordered it from Amazon, and I am going to have to talk Mrs. Troublemaker into wearing it for one of our date nights, because I am all about that sweater.
I want to get
up
bizarre.
in that sweater.
And she wants to get more sexy, so she like moves down her shoulder.
She shows a little more shoulder.
Of an inch.
Are you not into shoulder? What is your deal?
I just want to see her hooters, and I mean that sweater does nothing for her voluptuous breasts.
Well, that's.
I'm not wrong.
She's not wrong.
No.
Nicole's never wrong when it comes to.
I guess what I'm looking at is like, imagine if she was just wearing that sweater.
But she's wearing 4 outfits at the same time. Maybe that's the problem I have with it.
The problem I have is the fact that I don't believe that Fudge Reinhold owns a blazer.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know. It's
even
like
a
some weird
strapey one
linen
like that.
thing. Yeah, it's very, very 80s.
And I don't understand Lori Loughlin's jacket. What are these bows instead of buttons?
Yeah, there's a lot of weird fashion
But it's
choices
the
in this
80s.
scene.
It's the 80s.
That's true. Yeah, it is 1987.
it's true.
But Annette's wearing 2 sweaters and then a 3rd sweater on her head.
She probably has a 4th sweater on her feet.
She's got foot sweaters.
And she's at the beach wearing 4 sweaters.
But I think, again, and without having watched a ton of... And you can go back and listen to our legendary Needless commentary on Blue Hawaii, featuring the King, Elvis Presley, and our special guest, the Demon King, Elzig.
Oh, yeah.
I think Blue Hawaii is like the most... That is what we watched, isn't it?
Yes. That'd be awkward if it wasn't.
Right, if I was like totally naming the wrong movie.
I love those mugs, by the way.
Those mugs are incredible.
I want those mugs.
I think that's the closest I've ever gotten to seeing an actual beach movie from that era.
Yeah.
I've never watched one, unless you count...
Actually, I didn't hate that movie, though.
What? No, that was fun.
No, yeah,
that was really
great.
fun. Yeah, we all enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Look at these giant Olmec tiki heads just sitting around.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Oh, look at Troy.
Goddamn
Let's talk about Troy's...
He just comes out balls first.
He does. Well, I mean, come on.
That's how Troy does everything.
So he's got an ascot. He's got some kind of crazy tie-dye paisley pants, flower pants.
I hate them. I hate the pants, but I like everything else.
Man, it's
the suit's
incredible.
His
Blazer's
ascot and
badass.
blazer match.
What
He's
presentation.
dressed like Austin Powers.
He is like an evil Austin
Yeah.
Powers. His medallion is
never loses the
over
medallion.
his shirt.
Yep. It's the way to do it.
But
Yeah.
why wouldn't it be?
Yeah.
Well, he's
Couldn't
got
see it otherwise.
Yeah. You have to be able to appreciate the medallion.
Yeah, he's
He's
had
like-
the medallion the whole movie.
Have you
So-
have you seen all this gold?
Through the powers of magic, they head towards the beach with a surfboard. By the time they get there, they've changed.
They're
They've
in
changed
entirely
into
different
their
outfits,
wetsuits.
yeah.
Yes.
I like this girl on the right here, the pink and black. Well, she's gone now. Her bikini has suspenders.
I seem to remember that from the 80s as well.
I think, that was
Yeah.
a thing.
I feel like
I like
you
how
couldn't
Dude
have
Buddy's
enough
just-
suspenders.
Frankie Avalon's just worried about his hair getting wet. Everybody's sweating around.
Yeah. That's a callback to the
Yeah.
front of the beginning of the movie where he's
The front
shooting
of
the
the movie?
commercial. The front of the movie. We're getting towards the back of the movie now.
We're near the ass.
We're headed towards the rear
Yeah.
now.
We are headed towards the rear because it's almost
We are.
time.
Oh, you're right.
It's
It's
almost
almost
time
time
for
for
Arian's
Arian's
moment.
anal corner.
Arian's
Right.
anal corner.
Oh, Annette Funicello would be horrified if she had any idea.
Thankfully, she's no
So,
longer with us.
I believe... Okay, so this, in the background here, right now we have Don Adams talking to Frankie Avalon, which is incredible.
And who's
But-
John Adams again? He's from
John Adams is Maxwell
Adams
Smart.
Maxwell Smart.
Okay.
Jesus
But-
Christ. It was a TV show.
I believe this is the beach equivalent of the bull that they have in like country bars. What is that bull called that they ride? The mechanical
I think
bull.
It's called a bull.
It's just
The
a
mechanical bull.
Okay.
So this is the equivalent. This is the
They
beach.
call him Larry.
This is
Here we
Larry.
go.
This
Here
is
we go.
Okay,
wait,
here it is.
comes the butthole.
A moment of silence for. Oh, speaking of
Speaking
asses,
of butts, yeah.
There you go.
this is the ass portion of the movie. This is where Arian really perked up and started paying attention.
Boom.
Look at that, yeah.
And he just picks up her thing and just looks at her keister.
Which, let's talk about the fact that her wetsuit has a skirt.
Why? It's got full all the way to the ankles, but it also has a skirt.
Yeah, but I feel like it has a hole in the butt area.
Whoa.
It's
Gee.
assless.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah.
She's completely covered, but
Yeah.
her wetsuit is assless.
Yeah. I believe that. I feel like
I do not
suit's
appreciate
I
you
think his-
talking about Annette Funicello in this way.
One
think his
thing you
suit is
didn't know
assless, too.
is that she was a
I
very
think that's-
regular girl.
I think that's
And-
likely. I think his suit probably does have a cutout.
I feel. I mean, like watching
would
this
pay-
scene, you can't prove that their suits are not assless.
I would pay
gosh.
$187 for that suit.
I think
So any
I-
listeners
Yeah.
that can make that for me,
Troy.
$187.
Yeah, I would
That's
also like.
You
I
know,
would definitely
Frankie
pay
almost
for,
not
Annette
any
suit.
more orange tan off Troy.
Not any more, not any less.
I think that's the right price.
Yeah, absolutely. I would definitely wear Annette's pink wetsuit with
I-
a little skirt
with
and
the butthole cut out?
I'd wear a pink
assless
wetsuit.
butthole.
Whoa, pink wetsuit's definitely a euphemism. I think.
Yeah.
I'd like to get
Wait,
up
how
in
the
that.
fuck she changed that fast?
Exactly, she's in out of her assless suit.
And
Is that
back
Tina
in-
Yothers
and
from
back
Family
in her
Ties?
double sweater? Could be.
Tonight on a very special
Who's this?
episode of-
Why is Aunt Jackie DJing?
Why is she on the other side of her? Like, the editing's bad in this movie.
Yeah, it's not good.
But look at Aunt Jackie
It is
DJing
Aunt
in the back.
Jackie.
Yeah.
It's Aunt Jackie and Tina Yothers.
She's a DJ. She's got records.
She's throwing down.
Darlene.
Yeah.
All right.
Also, can we just talk about the fact that Connie's fucking smoking hot?
Yeah, she looks great.
she
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
And
And
she
Con-
knows how to accentuate her
Yeah, I was
bosom.
going to say, Connie's not afraid to show some
Yeah.
cleavage.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's tasteful
Well,
cleavage.
and this
Thank
is
you,
the-
Connie.
This is the funny scene where
As opposed to what happened during the recording of the greatest animated.
Who the fuck knows what happened?
I don't know. I guess you couldn't call that tasteful cleavage.
It was something.
It definitely tastes less.
So we're
Hashtag too much boob.
in the background here. Speaking of too much, we've got too much butt cheek.
That's
Yeah.
the same carnival pants that Dubai's wearing at the end.
But they keep changing length.
Yeah.
They're swinging it around a lot.
That's what she said.
Well,
She also said something about changing length.
in all likelihood, they were told, like, look, this is the big scene of the movie. Because this is the big reconciliation scene
Yeah.
where they get back on the same page. And they were probably told, look, you guys need to shake that ass. Because you're in the background of this magical scene.
This is a sexy scene with Frankie Avalon.
So you've got your socks rolled down over your high tops.
Yeah.
But we need that carnival butt.
Yeah.
And she shook it. Oh,
There
here,
we
oh
go.
God,
Yes!
here we go. Yes.
Here we go.
It is time for Pee Wee Herman.
I don't know why this scene is in this movie,
It makes
but I'm
scene.
very
And
glad
there
it's
are three
here.
of him
Yeah.
for some reason. Pee Wee, okay.
He's doing the fucking tequila dance.
It's 1986. You're planning out your movie Back to the Beach.
Big Adventure. Was this after?
Yeah, this was after. Big
Okay.
Adventure was 85.
Okay.
And you're like, you know what?
Yeah, exactly.
I think it would be a really, really good idea if we could get one of the biggest celebrities in the world right now, Pee Wee Herman, in this movie. What do we have him doing? Well, we're going to have... Look, I think it would be a great idea to have two really ripped black guys pick up
Yeah.
Pee Wee Herman. Oh, that sounds like a good idea. What's he going to be doing, though? When they pick him up, what's Pee-wee doing? He is performing Surfin' Bird. Surfin' Bird, the surf rock song. But does Pee-wee Herman sing? Shut up. Shut your mouth.
Surf?
Shut your mouth and do another line of cocaine that we're doing here.
Yes.
Because we're movie executives. So Pee-wee Herman performing Surfin' Bird, as we know he all does, while people in wigs are dancing around rainbow wigs. Can we get some rainbow wigs? Yes, we can. And now there's going to be two Pee-wees. There's going to be two Pee-wees dancing with each other.
Yeah.
They're going to acknowledge... The Pee-wees are going to acknowledge each other.
What was that bird thing?
It's the surfing bird!
God, it's so fucking confusing.
Duh! And then he's going to bring Annette and Frankie up on stage with him, and they're all going to sing Surfing Bird. And then this girl in the most exposed body glove bikini bathing suit, we're going to feature her a lot.
She's got shelf boobs, like they're just barely hanging on.
And even though we just knocked Troy out a little while ago, he's going to get up on stage with everybody too. And dance with Fudge Reinhold.
Troy's here to party.
This is insanity.
It is like... I feel like Cocaine Fever Dream doesn't even do it justice.
If you were coming off of medication that was meant to correct mental problems,
you would think
this scene would drive you over the edge.
Yeah.
And now Pee-wee, because he's known for his bicycle, has a surfboard with bicycle handlebars on it. And these two incredibly muscular black gentlemen are carrying him away.
And then
he's turning into lightning.
Into blue lightning.
and is surfing into the sky.
Into space.
Because cocaine.
And then no one mentions it again.
Yeah, and they act like it was a normal thing that happened.
That's a Wednesday on the beach.
Yes.
That's the world I want to live in.
Me too.
I just... Like I said, from the moment we get to the beach party forward, I said the words, what the fuck, more than I have said... watching just about any movie, and I've seen a lot of what the fuck movies.
To me, that's entertainment. That's not like, oh, this isn't good. This is a different... There's no defining good or bad at this point. It's all just...
There's no defining this at all.
Right.
Zero, I don't know. There's like sweaters, there's Pee-wee Herman... There's
sharkskin pants,
helmet
hair,
and what kind of shirt is he wearing? Is that Mount Rushmore?
I don't feel like that's a shirt from this reality.
No, it's from wherever Pee-wee went.
I think the extra-dimensional travelers. That, by the way, can we just spend a moment talking about why all of a sudden there are UFOs all over the fucking place and nobody's talking about it?
I mean, like in reality or in the movie?
Reality?
Yeah,
not in
there's
this
UFOs
movie.
everywhere.
There's UFOs everywhere all of a sudden.
Yeah, and the FBI, like, released their little report, or not the FBI, the Pentagon, and they were just like, maybe.
Yeah, they're UFOs.
They're like, maybe.
I think we've gotten so ridiculous beyond, like, reason that the extra-dimensional people who've been watching us for hundreds of years, thousands of years now, are like, I think it's time for us to step in. And the government's like, no, dude, you can't. People are crazy right now. You don't understand. And the extra-dimensional people are like, no, but you guys are getting really fucked up and ridiculous. Like, I think it's... Oh! Whoa!
Oh, wait, here comes the fucking four-wheelers.
Whoa!
Calabrese comes in on four-wheelers.
Calabrese is raiding the party.
That's right.
We were having so much fun. And then Amazing Larry, Calabrese, and Bobby. No, not to be confused with Bobby Calabrese, obviously.
No, Bobby, who says his new gang name
Bobby
is what,
Funicello.
Scamp?
Surly,
and then Knife. That was funny shit. When I was watching this as a kid, I was like, oh, they got him.
Yeah.
He wants to be Surly, but they call him Shirley. That's good shit.
I feel like the humor in this thing is all over the place, and that's why it leaves me so confused.
Well, and yes,
because it goes from like crazy slapstick airplane humor, like it almost goes that far, but like you said, they just didn't quite have like the writing talent.
Yeah,
which I mean, who does? I mean, an airplane, but still,
like some of it is almost some of it is very like meta, clever stuff, and some of it is dumb humor. And you're right. They almost did, it's almost like they didn't have somebody watching the tone.
Yeah, they needed Kevin Feige.
Yes, that's exactly what I was getting ready to say.
They really did.
Except it's only one movie and not like 20.
True. It's part of the Pee-wee universe.
It is definitely part of the Pee-wee-verse.
Yeah. Into the Pee-wee-verse.
That's where he went to.
We need to watch Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
We do. You know what we also need to watch? Girls Just Want to Have Fun.
No.
Commando?
Terrible. Commando's way cooler.
Wait.
Women Be Shot.
Huh?
That's a movie.
The movie.
A song.
Girls Just Want to Have Fun, the movie. Look it up.
That's a movie?
Sounds terrible.
It was my favorite movie in like 1987.
I'm more on board with Commando.
Commando for sure.
Fuck yeah.
Girls Just
Want to Have Fun.
Girls Just Want to Have Fun.
Sounds
movie.
like not my kind of movie. Commando's
It's
fucking
a real
sweet
thing.
though, right?
I mean, yeah.
Predator's cool.
April 12th, 1985.
I watched
Sarah Jessica Parker. Ew. Helen Hunt. Lee Montgomery. I don't know who that is.
So,
Shannon Doherty. Jonathan Silverman.
Never mind, I'm not going to say that.
How have I not seen this?
I'm telling you, I watched this movie at, like, I had a slumber party for, like, some birthday or something. Maybe, like, my...
Were you all wearing...
Like...
Pajamas?
12th birthday or something?
Oh,
no, we were all nude. None of us wore pajamas.
Never mind.
Just, it was a fully nude slumber party.
This movie has a pajama party.
I think
so
I was, like, in
relevant
6th
question.
grade. But, yeah, it was, like, my favorite movie.
Okay, I'd like to point out that his cast is on the incorrect foot.
Yes.
Because Frankie Avalon stomped that drum into his right foot.
Yep.
Brady Bunch lady, what's her name?
Giant microphone.
June Ward?
Florence Henderson?
Florence Henderson. I was close.
What? June Ward?
It's Burt Ward's mother.
Are you a director?
I 100% am. And then Wally and the Bee for judging the surf contest
Also,
for some reason.
Is it
Who the fuck is Wally and the Bee?
Leave It to Beaver. You're not that dumb.
Are you aware? It's not dumb.
No.
It's just
No, I really don't.
No, I said young, not dumb.
But you know, like Leave It to Beaver, you're aware that was a show.
I've heard of that thing, yeah. I don't know what Wally and the Beaver.
The Beaver is
the character
Jerry,
from Leave It to
Jerry
Beaver.
Mathis? Is that his name?
Jerry Mathers.
Mathers.
And Jerry Mathers as
Much
the
like
Beaver.
Marshall Mathers, but
Yes.
not.
Yikes.
It feels so empty without me. Without Beav.
So, and Wally was his brother. So that's Wally and the Bee.
Wally and the Bee.
And this, look, I want to explain Robin's wetsuit here. What has she got airbrushed all over this?
Boils?
I
Is it
feel
boils?
like why is this guy wearing Ultimate Warrior face paint?
Yeah, holy shit.
You know why? Because that's Zinca.
Yeah.
Because that was the thing in the late 80s.
Yeah.
What is it's not zinc oxide.
Zinc oxide.
People put it on their face so they don't get sunburned. But Zinca was zinc oxide in neon colors.
Yeah.
Which they, earlier in the movie, Lori Loughlin
With the
and
orange.
Annette Funicello had the yellow Zinca on.
Yeah, because you know what you should never do is like rub your sunscreen into your skin. You should just coat it right on there and leave it.
Look, Bobby Calabrese is being a smartass right now.
True.
He's got the black zinc on.
He does. He's got, and it's a W on his face for some reason.
Because he's wild.
Now, I gotta wonder, because we saw Frankie Avalon earlier in the movie in just swim trunks, and the dude had a good body.
Yeah.
For being 50 years old or whatever he is in this, like, he looked pretty fucking good. Why are they covering that up with this body glove at this point in the movie?
There shouldn't be.
I feel like
So
body
to let
glove
you know
was
that he
like
needs
product
business.
placement.
But body glove clearly makes a wide range of clothing at
That's
this
true.
point
They
in
could
time.
have given him a body glove like
Speedo.
sack cover or something.
Put this man in a thong.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the dude was built.
He looked good.
Yeah. He's not flabby.
No.
I mean, it's probably from carrying around the fucking
giant
tree
surfboard
that he's got to surf on.
Carrying this fucking movie on his back because he's a fucking amazing actor.
We got to point out Bobby's cramps vest.
Yeah,
there. Very
that's pretty
nice.
sick. Actually.
Not Bobby Calabrese.
Not Bobby Calabrese.
Yeah.
Bobby
Bobby.
Funicello.
Yes. And Connie looks goddamn fabulous. Look at
Yeah.
her in her animal print
Annette looks
jacket.
fabulous too, though.
And
And Gilligan hanging out
I like
behind
the
her.
bad girls. I'm sorry.
We have totally neglected Bob Denver
Yeah.
Yes.
as Gilligan throughout this movie, like just being kind of low key, awesome.
Kind of a smart ass.
Well, and look, it's hard to stand out in this movie. There's so many characters. There's so much
Everyone's,
over the
yeah,
top,
very
like
colorful.
fun craziness,
Yeah.
including this guy in the Grace Jones T-shirt.
Yeah.
Which, Arian, you said that was not Grace Jones. That's what?
Time traveling Janelle Monáe.
I don't know what that is.
Yes.
And that guy almost put out Annette Funicello's eye with his thumb for some reason.
Oh.
So now, the whole premise of this movie, which we haven't talked about at all, is that Frankie needs to get his groove back because
right.
he stopped.
Much like Stella.
Yeah, he stopped surfing because he almost got killed by a fucking wave from Australia.
The big cowabunga from down
Exactly.
under.
Humongous.
Exactly
The
like
humongous
Patrick's
cowabunga from down
Yeah.
under. Right.
So now he's trying to get his groove back and surf again so that he can give Annette orgasms.
Correct.
Yes.
That is 100% the plot
Yeah.
of this movie.
And she's like, please do it.
And I also want to know why Fudge Reinhold's shorts are uneven.
I don't know, it's very strange.
He's one
His
leg
legs are-
is like regulation shorts length, and the other one is like booty short.
Well, it's like
length.
he's got a cast on one leg, but it's only like shin high.
right.
But it's
so
like
why?
he cut his shorts.
Oh, wait! This
because
is
he's got a
Amazing
cast,
Larry's
yeah.
big scene, and I think is that a skirt?
I don't know what's happening there.
It's a skirt.
Yeah,
He's got
he's got-
short.
he's
It's a
got
skort.
No,
He's
it's
got-
like
he's
he
wearing
had
a
a
skort.
tape blowout.
His trunks are like
Yes.
torn.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like his
Blowout.
dick blew out.
He's just
He-
not.
I
he
think
had
he's
a
wearing a
tape blowout.
skort a few years before the
Definitely.
skort became a thing.
Was it ever a thing?
Yes, it was.
Oh, yeah,
I
it
had
was.
A squirt.
Oh, wow. You had a squirt?
Well, who hasn't?
Whoa.
Well, there was culottes and there was squirts, and I don't know. I don't remember.
Culottes, those were the really long baggy shorts, right?
Yeah, but
But skorts, like all the girls in the early 90s were wearing the skorts.
yeah,
That are shorts in the back, skirts in the front.
it was.
I
I
still
don't
don't
know
get
that
it.
I actually ever had those, but I know people that did.
It was weird.
Yeah,
It was a confusing time to be a young
it's a
man.
fun word to say though.
Skort.
Skort.
Not as fun as spork.
No, spork is one of my favorites.
See, I grew up in a normal time where I had Jinkos. Totally
Yeah.
normal.
Why is there no nostalgia movie about Jinkos?
There will be.
Give it another 5 years.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's been 30 years. 30 years is the magic number for the nostalgia thing to come
Well,
back.
Jinkos came back and they fucking sold out. They fucking were selling Jinkos again.
Wow, that's dumb.
Yeah, it's very
well,
dumb.
yeah.
You want to know the dumbest dumb, though, is there was a brand of pants called Skids
Oh, I remember Skids.
that were basically pajama pants, but they had a yellow, yield sign on the back with a car with skid marks behind it.
That's really dumb.
And these were... Everybody wanted Skids. They were the successor to Jams.
Yep.
And Skids came back
What's
a
wrong
few
with
years
just,
ago.
Pants?
I don't
mean,
know.
Just
pants
normal.
kind of suck.
Skids came back a few years ago and were $90 for a pair of Skids.
Wow.
And I did not. I was going to get some, and then I saw that they were $90.
See, we just gotta start
That's
the new
dumb.
one where it's Cox.
Cruds.
Yeah, Cruds.
Cruds.
I guess Cox is a little too.
I'll tell you what I'm wearing right.
Cox.
What I'm wearing right now.
Too brazen.
Dumbest. They're sweatpants shorts.
They look very comfortable.
They are the most comfortable shorts I've ever owned in my
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
I can buy that.
And they're from fucking dumb I love him. But Luke Gallows
Yeah.
has, I believe, and I might be wrong about this.
Stupid feather.
Collar and Elbow. I think the Good Brothers own that company. I'm not 100% positive, but I think they do. And these are the shorts that they make.
Shit, here comes the humongous cowabunga.
From down under. And everybody's going, woo.
Yes.
But anyway, all the listeners, you should go to collarandelbow.com, order some of their shorts because they're fucking crazy comfortable. I ordered this pair, and I've got 2 more on the way, which this is another fact that leads me to believe that Luke Gallows owns the company. They printed the shipping label a week ago, and they still haven't actually shipped.
Sounds right.
Yeah. All right, this chick's body glove swimsuit is like the hottest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, she's insanely hot.
It's very, like, high cut.
Yes.
Also...
Zipper boob, high cut.
Yeah.
Belt. Little thin belt around the high cut.
What does a bathing suit need but a belt?
Everything about it.
And then
Very
she's
hot.
also got like a weird round thing hanging from it. I don't know what that is.
It's a canteen.
Oh.
It's for
Hydration.
beverages.
Yeah.
You got to stay hydrated at the beach. It actually does look like a canteen.
Yeah.
I think it is.
It might be. I don't know.
No, I legit.
And now the big kahuna claiming mastery of the ocean.
Here we have
Bobby
some
Calabrese
of the
is
best CGI
blown
that
away.
I've ever seen in my entire life.
And
This, we have to wonder in 1987, why does this not look any better than Batman 1966?
it looks worse.
Yeah.
I don't
Fucking
know.
wait, it's
They
like
spent all their
17
budget
times
on
too
it,
big.
and that's wardrobe change.
You might be right about that. Angora ain't cheap.
And she was wearing 4 sweaters at the same time.
He is truly blooping the hollow.
What?
Shredding the gnar, bro.
I think isn't that when you're in the wave?
No.
I don't think so. I don't think that's right.
You, sir, are inebriated.
Look at that. He's blooping the hollow. What else would you
And,
call that?
you know, like I said, this is where it gets to like, what the fuck was that TV camera?
Now he is.
Look at this.
He's skimming the blue hole.
We've already had our anal corner segment for the evenings.
You can always go back to the anal corner.
It's true.
Yeah.
True.
You just
Medallion.
you can't go
And
from the
look,
anal corner somewhere else.
Troy's got
He's happy
found
for
love.
He's got his medallion.
This
Fucking-
Ultimate Warrior photographer guy. He's
Wally and
getting
the
his
Beaver.
pictures.
Which one's the beaver?
The one on the
With
right.
the green hat.
The one that looks like a beaver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does actually look
Good
like a
call.
beaver wearing a green hat.
Why
Why
is
is
her
her
microphone
microphone
so
I don't know. But it gets bigger every scene.
No, it doesn't.
And I
because
think,
she's
no,
been
it
rubbing it.
No, it
does.
doesn't.
what
That's
she
just
said.
the size of it.
It's supposed. I
They
think
didn't
it's
have
supposed
that
to be
kind of-
like a thing.
They didn't have that kind of production value. It's just one size.
One size fits all.
It's just too big.
It's definitely too big.
It's an SM58 that's just way too big.
And that he has won the trophy for being the king of the ocean.
He's the big.
And this is the point where Orm comes and attacks the party,
Yep.
and Aquaman has to show up and save the day.
Yep.
Which is why this movie is trash.
And now Bobby Calabrese, Troy, and David Bowie are the backup singers.
Yeah.
And we have another really fetching body glove swimsuit. Can we bring back body glove swimsuits?
I'm a fan.
Because they're hot as fuck.
Yeah, I'm down. And also, I want to dress like how Troy's dressed all the time.
I think you should.
That's
you
pretty
can get
badass.
away with that.
Just white suit, leopard skin shirt, and a medallion.
Yeah. Yeah, it's solid.
I'm such a lucky girl.
Well, you get to style Annette Funicello's fashions.
Yeah.
So start saving up for the mini sweaters you're going to have to wear all at the same time.
Yeah.
I like her pajama fashions.
Nobody.
I want some
Nobody
of those
wants to
little
dress
fluffy
like Jake
pajamas.
Dale.
No, nobody wants to be Dick Dale.
Nobody ever should dress like that.
Nobody wants to dress
I want
like
that
a
Bobby
man.
Calabrese fucking studded vest.
Everything he wore in
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
awesome, but that's not
Glorious.
surprising.
Yeah.
So now we get
So
Body
Gilligan's
Glove
gonna
Girl.
get his dick sucked.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
But then Skipper shows up.
And he's like, that dick's all mine.
No. Come on, little buddy.
Yeah, exactly.
True.
It's time for us to go to Arian's anal corner.
Whoa.
Yeah, he's got the fucking...
Whoa,
man.
is Bobby Funicello going to get some from Connie?
That's
Yeah.
definitely a
No,
felony.
Bobby Calabrese.
Bobby
They all
Calabrese.
are.
Bobby Calabrese is going to get it.
Well,
he would get it.
I mean, he 100% would get it.
Yeah.
Lori Loughlin could get it. Is he wearing? Is Fudge Reinhold wearing Zubaz?
No, it's
I
close.
don't know what's happening.
It's like off-brand Zubaz.
It's like his shorts are either too long or too short. He never has shorts that are like in like an appropriate place.
I really want to watch some Gilligan's Island now after
Yeah, I
having
kinda love him.
experienced Bob Denver.
Do you think that he was annoyed by having to wear this shit and be Gilligan?
I bet he went through a Spock thing because you
Yeah.
know Leonard Nimoy went through a phase where he hated the fact that he was Spock.
Yeah.
And then he came back around and accepted it. I think at this point Bob Denver probably had accepted being Gilligan and was like kind of into it.
Yeah. And that's the way it should be.
I wish they had brought Fishbone back for this scene.
Yeah,
I
he'd
am
be
pleased they
skanking.
did not.
Well, you're a dick.
I just don't like Scott.
I mean, like,
But it's Fishbone!
You know.
Can you disrespect Fishbone?
also,
Wow. That's fucked up.
what we learned today was that Annette Funicello invented ska.
That's true. And Funicello did invent ska.
So, yeah.
So to wrap up, this is going to be one of the most
Yeah, so that was
contentious-
Barbara Billingsley. That wasn't Florence Henderson. That was
Okay.
June Cleaver.
Well, close enough.
Same thing.
Same
Just
thing.
saying.
And
don't know who
next
any of
up,
those
for
people
some
are.
reason,
It's
is
not me.
episode 11 of Mad About You. We will not be sticking around for that.
Good.
No.
So I'm gonna start this time.
Pee Wee Herman asked himself.
I loved this movie when I was a kid. I thought it was awesome because Pee Wee Herman and Fishbone were in it, but I also thought it was just a funny 80s movie. And I still pretty much feel that way. Like, I'll watch it a few years from now. It's got some good nostalgia value. It's not the best comedy ever, but it's fun. I enjoyed watching it again. I like it. It is what I wanted out of it. But now we will go to Arian, who does not share that opinion.
No. I mean, when I was a kid, I watched it and I thought it was okay, but I was also like fucking 10, so.
You wouldn't have been 10. You would
Yeah.
have been at least 11 or 12.
No, this came out in 1987.
Oh
I was
wait,
born in
you're younger than me.
1977.
I always think you're older than me.
I mean, you're only as old as you feel, and I've been dead for 10 years. Which explains why I don't like this movie.
You're 84 in Aryan years.
Yeah.
No, there were some chuckle moments, but overall,
You just hated it.
I mean, I did not enjoy it. Hate is I'll reserve hate. The worst movies we've watched doing this are the Power Rangers movie, Krull,
Yep.
and fucking Veronica.
Yes.
This is not as bad as any
Fair
of
enough.
those, but it ain't far behind.
Oh,
Look, he's in
Brutal.
the fucking cast as Annette's husband.
Annette's husband. That's
It
hilarious.
doesn't even say Frankie.
Wow!
So
That's
IMDb
funny.
had it right.
Hashtag don't cancel Frankie
Who's
Avalon.
Flesh Man?
Flesh Man?
That's what it said.
Oh my gosh! You'd think that would be Troy.
Sounds like the worst superhero ever.
All right, so Nicole, had you seen this?
No, I didn't know
So
this
you had never
existed.
seen this?
I'd
I'd never heard of this.
Okay, so you were not a fan either.
So I will say I'm glad we watched this.
Oh my gosh, the Catch a Ride was performed by Eddie Money. He was doing the knockoff Beach Boys
Wow.
Oh,
song.
wow. I could see that.
Ah,
Yeah.
I don't ever want to watch this again.
Raiders March by John Williams.
right, we forgot to mention that
Yeah,
they
they
played
did
the
the-
fucking
Yeah, I know.
Indiana Jones
I know.
theme when he was surfing.
What the fuck
which
is
makes
that?
perfect sense. I did not like it. Well, I didn't hate it. I don't feel passionate about it. But I thought it was the tone was really fucking wackadoo. It was either needed to be slapstick or I don't know. It was just fucking all over the place. But I'm glad we watched it. I got to experience it. But I did think it was not good. But it's certainly not the worst thing I ever watched. It's no Veronica. Nobody had tit eyes.
God willing, nothing will ever be Veronica again.
God.
I never want to experience anything that miserable again.
Well, just wait
up
till his
until
vampire
Glenn
movie comes
Danzig's
out.
next
Well,
movie
I
comes
mean,
out.
I'm not going to watch it.
You know what? I say I'm not going to watch it, but I know
No, I
I
mean
know I'm gonna end
100%. I'm not going to watch it.
somehow.
Yeah, I don't even
Well,
my
you
eyeballs are
have
gonna see.
another podcast.
I don't even want to watch it.
Well,
no, I don't either. But
no, like Nathan and I have been arguing.
You
about
guys
it because
are-
He's like, we have to watch it.
you guys
and I'm
are
like,
pretty
no,
much
we don't have
obligated to watch it. I think you do.
I don't have to do
What
shit.
is while we're here? What is that podcast called?
That is called Caught Dead Watching, and we recently released a Veronica episode, which was
Ugh.
Veronica Part 2, because the first time we recorded a Veronica episode, we got so drunk that Ryan actually lost consciousness partway
I just
through
took a nap
recording.
through the podcast. That's a normal thing to
Nathan just kept slurred the same thing over and over again.
do. It's
And-
funny though because I talk in I listen back to it and I talk within the first 5 minutes and then I stop talking because I fell asleep and then
Fell asleep.
I was fucking hammered.
Yeah.
And then an hour and a half later, Nicole's in the bathroom and Nathan's just sitting there and he's like, Ryan, what did you think of that movie? And I woke up and I'm like, oh man, yeah, that was fun. And then I fell back asleep.
Yeah. It was the most insane. I tried to edit it into something that
No.
it was. It wasn't even funny. It was so fucking just garbled.
So just
and,
like the movie.
It was exactly like the movie. It was what the movie deserved, honestly.
Well, but Caught Dead Watching, you can find that where you find your podcasts.
Yes. Where you find any of your podcasts, go listen to it. And we're about to do Birdemic.
There you go. Excellent.
Which is glorious.
Fucking awesome.
If you've never seen
No,
Birdemic,
it's amazing.
it's the best, worst
Uh,
movie. That is so fucking great.
Ryan, you had no clue of the existence of this movie, had never seen it before,
No, and
didn't know we were going to be watching it tonight.
I was actually kind of relieved though because I saw the poster and I didn't look at the year. I saw the poster and I thought it was a 60s fucking beach.
Right,
movie.
right.
And I was like, oh fuck, this is gonna really suck. And it ended up being a goofy ass weird fucking comedy and I liked it. I thought it was fun. I had a good time with it. The Pee Wee Herman part was fucking amazing.
That part did make the whole movie worthwhile.
Yeah,
It
I'm
did.
going to say it made it worthwhile, but it was enjoyable.
Yeah. I don't know. It's full of characters that you start out hating, but then by the end you're like, oh, I kind of like them.
Well, and again, that's why I want commentaries and stuff about this movie because I want to know the intent. Because it does feel like that where you start the movie off, you're like, these people are all just awful.
Yeah.
And then they kind of win you over.
Yeah.
Even the people that are meant to be shitbags, by the end of the movie, you're kind of like, they're fun.
Yeah.
I like them.
By the end, I love the Bobby Calabrese character, and I love Troy, and even Frankie Avalon had moments, and Annette had moments. So yeah, I liked it.
it's fun.
Bobby's feel irredeemable.
Bobby Funicello?
Yeah.
No, he's fine. You understand why he's the way he is.
I would set him on fire.
No, I hated him for the first few minutes, and then he all of a sudden was drinking a beer, and I was like, this kid's cool.
I mean, that's real life.
Yeah.
All you have to do is drink beer and smoke cigarettes,
And
and
then
that
you're
makes
like,
you
man,
cool.
that guy's cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it worked on me.
Obviously, that is not true, listeners. Thank you guys for watching Back to the Beach, your surprise Needless Summer opening. Next month, we will be back with Malibu Express, the Andy Sedaris classic.
Fuck yes, motherfucker. That's one of my favorite movies of all time. Sorry.
Thank you for listening. Thank you guys for coming to the Phantom Zone. We'll be back with a new Needless commentary in July.
Goddamn right.
Can I tell you guys, I am utterly appalled at Arian's disdain for Fishbone. I don't even understand how somebody as cultured and erudite as he is can just dismiss a legendary, influential band like Fishbone the way that he did. But it's because sometimes he embraces the basic bitchness of the internet And it's funny to say ska is bad. And sometimes we can't help ourselves but to go with our baser instincts, to take the low road, to go for that low-hanging fruit. It's easier that way sometimes. You guys, thank you for enjoying Back to the Beach with us. Let me know if you ever actually... I know you probably not. But let me know if you do ever actually sync up the movies with the commentaries. I have done that. The Major Wrestling Figure Podcast used to do watch-alongs with matches, and I really, really enjoyed syncing that up and watching the match as they were talking about it. It's a different level of experience, and it's not necessary. You still get the information and the memories and everything, but, it's fun if you've got the time to do it. But I understand most people listen to podcasts in the car. I only listen to podcasts in the car, but that's because I spend like 8,000 hours a week driving to and from work. Next week, we have a very special episode. We will be connecting with another podcast that you're going to want to check out called Clown is Down. We're getting together. We've got a special project that we're going to do. It's actually something I've been wanting to do for a long time. And these guys seemed like the guys to get together with on this one. You're going to enjoy it. We're recording that Monday night. And then, more to come. I love you guys.
You have been listening to a Needless Things podcast. You can follow Needless Things on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and at needlessthingspodcast.com. Love you. Mean it. Uh-huh.